be discussing when the cooter's good, man, you wonder why everything changes. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisces out there. Gang, you already know. We in the building. Also want to give a shout out to all my two-twos and my three-threes and my two-two-twos and my three-three-threes and my seven-seven-sevens. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome. And those of you that are new, like I say, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, be notified of my upcoming videos and content. We're going to jump right in. All right. So I'm going to be talking about how things began to work, okay? Like, you would wonder why a man would say he would like to have a woman all to himself. And like I say, it might not look the best, sound the best regarding it because, I mean, of course, a person would want to be, you know, so I put it like this: everybody would want their woman to be theirs, but like I say, if it's not your woman, then you might be pushing it. But it's crazy how when you're in a situation where it's good, and let's say you meet a Pisces woman that's like this, it's like that could be a good, far as her body is well kept, everything could be off the chain. But it's crazy how the dynamic changes when, when the cat is good, everything changes from how the person becomes either more interested and then vice versa. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something with this because like what this relates to is energy and vibes. See, and the behaviors when things are in such a way are done like this. Like, how many of you women out there ever dealt with somebody where you may have been in a situation where the man starts to act different when it's that good? See, you might get stalked. You might get blew up where the person just decides to blow you up, not giving you a chance to work. Um, so let's say the person ends up texting you faster, where put it like this, they begin to text you faster, but then when like put it like this, how they used to be was they take hours, see, but now it's like it takes minutes. So it's crazy how women have something that can be like can make a person literally break down and do something different. In other words, why is that? See, it shouldn't be like this, but a lot of men tend to do anything for a piece of tail. See, now here's another thing. If the man were to suddenly be more consistent, so it's crazy how in most situations a man will probably be inconsistent. See, because that's a big thing to us men is like you got to be good because if it's not, then that's going to determine how consistent we are. See, and most time when you first meet a woman, let's say on a dating app, usually what tends to happen, she automatically just puts out there how she's not looking for any type of bedroom activities, but it's going to take that in order for a person to remain consistent. See, because you got to see what it's about. What if you get with somebody only to realize that it's not even worth doing? See, the person had no experience or they just don't have the interest. Now, let's say that the person becomes all of a sudden perked up to the point where they become consistent. No more disappearing acts. So you got to be careful because, it's not always good having a situation where the woman, has the good, see, because it can really change your behavior and you don't want to do that as a man because now it's gonna look like that of what she has is controlling you. And this ties into the illusions that I was talking about. Welcome, James Hudson. Welcome. Appreciate you coming out. Don't forget y'all to smash the like button. It costs nothing. And oh yeah, I appreciate you coming out too, man. Yeah. Um, this is like I feel like this is something that need to be talked about, especially with us with the zodiac signs, because like you could get with somebody and then all of a sudden with these factors, this changes the whole game. Like this changed everything based off of a woman, having a good. I gotta say it like that, unfortunately. But the raw content, that's what I could put on my other platform, which I, have a server on Discord and WhatsApp. But yeah, you guys get the drift, and I'm just explaining this. I know it kind of sound crazy that I'm even talking about this, but I feel like I need to because relationships is an illusion, bro. I hate to break it off to some of y'all, but like relationships they are illusions because you don't get with people for the same reasons as you would think, especially when it comes down to, something related to, sexual. It's like everything's different. It's based on how good the bedroom play is. Because if that ain't good, you got too many risks involved. You got what? A risk of getting cheated on. But you got to understand, no one is signing up to be with one another regarding this. This is just something that tends to end relationships a lot sooner. Now, let's say how the good of a woman, how does it control a man? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you what it does. Now, it doesn't control all men, but it controls the ones that actually they can't help themselves. It's almost like you get something good that you never had before, but then all of a sudden you start feeling lucky. You're not supposed to feel like that because now that's gonna mess up your relationship with that person. If that is what you guys were working on. Now, another thing is like a man may also just start checking on his girl a lot more, see, than he used to. This could be come see, this ain't even got nothing to do with, you know, what okay, put it like this. This is the reason why, as I put in the title, if a man know it's good, he gonna want you all to himself. So this can make him more, more crazier. Even if he was just a tad bit crazy, this can make him extremely crazy because now, let's say he used to drop you off at work, but now he wait until you get off. Now I know that's kind of like, damn, that's crazy, but it could be like that to where dude really, when it come time, to take you to work, let's say he offers to take you to work, that could have been the reason why he was taking you in the first place, was to keep tabs on you. But you would think a person would be like, okay, let me chase my investment because if they are considered a trick, they probably would say something like that. But if they just out for how good it gets when they get it, it's like, well, this will make the person behavior change in such a way where they don't realize they are being controlled. See, why do I mention us Pisces? Because I've been through this before. I've learned a lesson, and this lesson, taught me a lot about not getting my mind wrapped up into the bedroom activities because I had a situation. I was with a Pisces female, and what happened was we were always meeting up to do the bedroom stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty much was something that I was real into. And we would just do the do, and then boom, go our separate ways. And then what I ended up finding out that I wasn't the only one. See, so she was just having her way with, being a man eater. She was just having her way with us. So it's like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, here's the thing. I got one of the ones that wasn't so good looking, okay? She was average, across the board. Maybe out of a 10, she probably was a 4, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. Us men out there, y'all know how it is when you got to get yours, and it's like, yo, what do you have to pick from? You got a few that's always, maybe busy, You got that one that's always available, but it's like you know that okay, she got kids, but she still let me, gonna let me come through and do what to do, whoop de woo. It's gonna make it easy for you. It's not gonna be a whole lot of shit going, excuses and that type of stuff. So anyway, man, I went over there, bro, and I did not leave the same way I went, bro, because it was that good, bro. It was that good to where I got mad at my own girlfriend. Like, bro, this is not even like half the feeling of what it was like with her. Why? And this is why I tell people, like, it's crazy how your whole like mindset changes based on how good something is. It's almost like you're willing to make exceptions when you come across this because you're like, yo, I don't give a damn what she look like. I know what I'm gonna get out of this. This is quality. See, so that's why I say that quality matters more to a lot of men in relationships versus how they look. It's all on how you make them feel, all across the whole board. See, now here's another thing that us men you gotta watch out for, okay? Because see, and it ain't just Pisces women, it's all signs here that you gotta watch out for. Whoever has a coochie, okay? What you gotta watch out for is that that coochie controlling you, fam. See, do you notice that? Remember, I said the illusion. You have to separate it for what you're doing. Whatever you are with this girl for, separate it. See, separate. Why are you with her? And keep it real. Keep it real with yourself. Am I just with her for the sex? Okay, cool. Because if you listen, the problem is if you change your behavior, she gonna notice. See, so as I mentioned, if the man is checking on you daily, he wasn't doing that before. See, then that means that okay, the energy changed. See, so once the energy changed, it's almost like now the person you notice that something's different. That's why I say if it's a situation, it's almost like being on a diet. You gonna notice the changes, bro. It goes from you being one way, and then all of a sudden you've been working out, you've been eating different. Boom, you feel this whole change on your whole mental, your whole body. Then you like, yo, this is something that I want to keep doing to feel this way. But the problem is, I'm telling y'all, this is why a lot of men go back to their exes. It be because of these situations. A person, a person becomes loyal to something that they love. They get a huge benefit from, and they're willing to travel. They're willing to do all these little back flips, front flips, wherever, wherever the listen. People would literally go out of their way to get some. I ain't gonna lie. I've been there. I in my beta days, I used to do this type of stuff, but I'm not beta anymore. I'm alpha. And hey, I used to do some crazy shit. I remember. I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. Now I know this is a Pisces thing because I thought I was like, hey, maybe I'll consider traveling. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I met this girl. Well, actually, I met her on the dating app. Boom. That's kind of like my favorite place to meet females, whatnot. So, next thing you know, I'm on the little thing, the dating app. We was talking for like a week. Boom. She said, "Oh, you want to go out? I actually stay out. She's not in my city, but she was up like maybe up north, I believe. And that was a lot of miles, probably like 300 miles out the way. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Man, I shit y'all not, bro. I took that risk and I never do it again. See? So she's like, yo, you want to go do something? I said, yeah, bet. She gave me the address, bro. All I remember is I'm driving. I'm almost there. And then I get off the expressway. It was like a damn near 2-hour drive, bro. Man, I go to my phone is like, I hit her up like, yo, I'm here, whoop de woo. She said, all right, be out in a minute. I notice I'm waiting there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, bro, don't tell me I wasted all that fucking gas to get over here just to find out she ain't coming. She ain't even here, bro. Man, see, that's what happens when you be getting thirsty, when you start getting, you hear something and it make it sound like something and jump off. Boom, you just quick to just take off and go, go at it. So I came all the way out there for nothing, bro. Blank trip, bro. So that was 600 miles just for nothing, no reason. But you know what's crazy? Once I got out there and knowing that I had got stood up, I'm like, okay, well, how about I try to find somebody in this area while I'm out here try to make, use of the situation with the gas. That didn't go too well. See, because I learned something when you go to places you ain't never been, it ain't good to be just walking around and just, you don't really know, you're not familiar with nothing. You don't know where the nearest nothing is. So I was just like salty, man, just trying to get that edge off of me. But yeah, what's going on, Thomas Faye? Welcome. What's going on, Locked Up? And yeah, so another thing not to mention, so the video that I reacted to with Hawk versus Jason, the whole point of that was to me to show y'all the signs, okay? So like, for instance, if you look at Hawk being a Sagittarius, boom. Then you look at Jason Voorhees being a Cancer. I know it's fake and I know it's like, and animated, whoop-de-woo, but it still give you kind of a glimpse of what that's like. So that was the whole point of me doing a reaction. It probably throwing a lot of people off because it's like something different that I probably don't do often. But based on the views of the situation, it all depends. If y'all don't like it, I probably won't make any more of those, but like I'll do some different ones. But yeah, so another thing, because I could do different ones, I could react to, other ones that are different. Probably something you haven't seen before, maybe you have. But yeah. So another thing is the problem with if the coochie's good to a man, I'm gonna tell you another thing that can change. The fact that man could just remember all these extra small details. See, it's almost like, and I don't know, the whole reason of me doing this video is not to be like, nasty or, talking freaky or nothing like that. It's to show you that whenever you become charmed, okay, I would say this is more related to charm in a way. It's an illusion in a way because this is something that entices you, see? But then your whole demeanor changes because of it. It's like, and the craziest thing, the person doesn't even realize that they've changed in a matter of whatever the amount of duration of time there is, before and after you've done it with this person to realize that it's that good. Okay. Now think of your favorite restaurant. You go there, you eat, boom, you enjoy the food, and it's like some food that you've probably, maybe it's your favorite, maybe it was just something you tried and it was very good, delicious, right? Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I want to go back. Matter of fact, I'm going back later on this afternoon or I'm going back tomorrow. That's the same behavior change right there in that example that applies to a woman having some good coochie that can really just change your whole freaking energy to where you're just not even like the same person anymore. But you cannot show this type of energy to her because, bro, could you imagine like you just, because I'm gonna tell you when you do this makes you look like you've hit the jackpot. It makes you look like, oh, like you don't, like you're not confident in yourself to be this surprised to where now it's like, oh, she's done something to you and she knows, see, this is the problem. She knows the difference in your, the way you've been behaving. Oh, that you were all laid back and maybe you were moving a certain type of way, holding frame, but then all of a sudden, because of this, boom, you start to act submissive. See, you can be submissive just by the mere fact that you're doing all this hovering, following, checking, all these extra things as if you feel like you're gonna lose the situation. See? So here's the thing. A lot of men, they would even remember that woman's favorite snack, for example. That's on a small end. That's on a small scale. it'll be those little things, but this is the problem. Some things you could think a woman wants and it can turn them off, bro. See, like certain things, because she knows why you're doing it. Why are you all of a sudden remembering these things about her, which you didn't, no one would have cared about it, had you said it sooner, but now you want to, mention it. The biggest one is he could get a little bit more possessive. See, not want you to hang out with your own family. Could be like your brother. See, that man could be like acting like your brother is somebody you talking to. See, and that's why I say you should never become you know what I'm saying, whipped to the point where now you mistaking her brother for being somebody she could, that she's talking. You become super insecure because that's why it's not good to clap or just to, get too excited just because you experience something different or something that you actually like. You got to always play it smooth and play it like it ain't really, that good. That's just the way you got to go about it. Um, Another thing is the man may compliment you more, um, not just your looks, but your vibe. Uh, they could pull up quicker than they used to, let's say, than they used to do where, hey, they maybe used to be late. Um, no hesitation, just, oh, I'm outside. You know how to the point where I know it sounds like crazy. And then I'm gonna tell y'all when women are addicted to a guy because of the D, they behave different. So I'm gonna tell y'all everything, both, from both different sexes, because this is what people do and they don't even realize it. See, it's almost like a person blood rushes to their head. They get extremely like excited, but they don't understand that it's like how can I say it? It's like they become hooked to the person. They don't even notice it. It's almost like as soon as that person gets away from them, it's like a tether to where they instantly feel it and then they want to hurry up and go, get close to that person. Now, here's the problem why I said it makes you submissive. Okay, the woman can have some good, bro, and it can actually make you soft, bro. Because a lot of men, this is the problem. When when you make it seem like, oh, this is the best you ever had, and then you feel like, oh, you're gonna lose her, just just when you take eyes off of her, you think, oh, and this could be it's a lot of guys that are very insecure, but they hide it, and they be coming off like they the biggest of bosses and players and all this type of stuff. Even some of them little relationship coaches, they would never let their girl just go, oh, willy-nilly. Oh, that's the grass cutting guy, and she be out there sitting in the damn lawn chair. That ain't gonna happen, bro. It's a lot of stuff that you will really see a person and it be like, damn, you will never let your girl just chill, bro. Every time you with your girl, you got to hide her, put her in a hot ass car with the windows up, leave her at home. Like it be some crazy stuff because guys, and why am I saying this? And because guys, that's why when you do these type of things, it communicates to another guy that, oh, it must be that good. He got to be leaving her in the crib. Oh, you can't come with us. And, oh, stay in the car. You know what I mean? Like you doing all kind of running plays and shit just to avoid another dude bumping into your girl, bro. That's the number one way to lose her, bro. It's the number one way to lose her because, bro, it's like, put it like this. You know how dogs can smell. See, they have a good sense of smell. So do dudes, okay? Okay, ninjas, whatever, how you want to say it. They can smell the fact that, oh, you hiding something. And listen, the girl don't even have to be a dime piece. That's the crazy part. You might think nobody wants your girl because she got a gap, no, maybe her hair short. You probably think nobody want her. And if you always got her cooped up in the house, barely go outside, she can't even take the trash out. That's another one. You don't even want her taking the trash out. I've seen guys that have nice looking women and won't even let her take the trash out. Little simple, go get the mail. Oh, I got it. Honey, I got it. I'll do it. Like, just don't want to doing nothing, bro. And I'm going to tell you, as a Pisces, bro, that be making me want the girl even more. When I see that it's all these type of, he not letting her breathe, bro. Get no air, no social interaction whatsoever. Now, getting back to the other thing, okay? The man stopped hanging out with his friends. That's another one. All of a sudden, your boy used to come around, watch the football game, y'all chilling, and just little stuff that y'all used to do, and it's like, damn, where Andre at? For example, like, where Andre? I ain't seen him in a while. We used to watch the game. Oh, he done been cooped up in the house with his girl. Like, okay, damn, that's crazy how you can have a strong interest in football or baseball or basketball, but that piece of tail is worth more than that game, bro. That's crazy. Hey, it's crazy how that's why I tell you, it's crazy how people change, bro, off of something like that, bro, to where they literally would be so freaking like out the way that it's like, damn, bro, you must came across some good fudge Sunday there, right? But here's the thing. Not only do we stop entertaining friends, but others. It could be relatives. And this is the thing. Why would a person become focused all of a sudden, locked in, just because they came across a woman with some good coochie? See, here's another thing. Is that, remember I said the man start acting softer. He doesn't even know it. Starts acting softer. Loses his ego. Now, this is man, listen, bro. See, do you realize this is how weak this makes you? Because you're submitting, bro. You're submit. Look, whether you want to admit it or not, you're submitting when you say, oh, that down there has got me hypnotized to the point where you don't even want to be a man anymore. See, to the point where you literally don't hold frame. You acting like a female at this point. See, so when you start to notice that your ego gets dissolved to the point where it don't even have, look, it didn't even take a battle for you to lose that. You willy-nilly just gave up. You just surrendered everything for it. See, letting the woman know that you're willing to do everything for that. This is why women walk around today in this generation, bro, putting a price tag on it, bro. It's sad that because a lot of men would not even eat, bro. They won't even go. They would go without food for that, bro. That's sad, bro. To the point where they would literally let that shit control their mind to the point where they just can't. And it's the same freaking effects as an illusion, bro. It's cold blooded, bro. And here's the thing. See, all of a sudden, the man start to listen more. This is, bro. Do you not see what I'm trying to say? This is why I'm saying that. Listen, she literally can train you, condition you in such a way, make you act right. And then this is why those certain ones that know they shit's good, this is why they do you like that, bro. It's game, bro. They do you good like that, make you feel good, like, oh, this damn, man, to the point where she has her foot on your neck, bro. And you don't even know it. You thought she broke you off. Nope. She did it on purpose, bro, to control you, bro. And you have no idea. Isn't that the same thing the illusion does? See, the illusion, this the reason why Pisces doesn't find the need to set boundaries. The illusion. You don't need no you don't need no boundaries when there's an illusion or several illusions. No boundary will stand its chance. Because of that, the illusion dissolves all boundaries. And that's what Pisces embody. Pisces is an illusion. See, because you don't get what you actually see with Pisces. You can think that, see? until you realize that this Pisces ain't nothing like I thought he was or thought she was as I got to know them. But from looking afar, oh, this look like a sweet little fish, little guppy, little goldfish. And hey, you thought you was finna make me your pet, only to find out that you, at the end of the day, you mess around and be the person's pet. See, to that Pisces. So it's like people notice that, oh yeah, something's different. Now, another thing that the man would do is he would start to pay attention. Let me stop, bro. I'm doing too much, bro. Hold him back. Hold him back. Hold him back. Bro, listen. This is a metaphor, bro. Because once he start to listen more, do you think he listening because he's being attentive? No. Listening means she's telling this man, one of the thuggest, rugged, gangstified dudes, to go to the store and get some milk. Oh, change little Tyrone's diaper. Change the kid's diaper. He become a stay-home dad. Oh, you do this, take him. Them type of women with that good, bro, they start to order these dudes around. And then it's crazy how Tyrone is like the gang banger of the damn block outside. Next thing you know, you've never seen him. Okay. Listen, like literally, he ain't thugging ruggy around this particular female. See? But when he out in the street, he trying to pretend like he's this tough guy type of, situation or whatnot. But the whole thing is this. Not only does the guy listen more, but now he pays. See? He's going in his pocket. He's paying attention. See? Paying attention to her. So it's almost like now he's making sure everything that she needs, she has, but it wasn't only until what? See? But now he's paying. I'm gonna tell you, when he pays attention, now it's like he giving up all his own personal time for it. That's why he ain't watching the game anymore. That's why he's not doing all these other things, because now he's fully locked in. Now, this is another reason why I said the man becomes softer. Okay? Because then what he tries to do is he starts to laugh more around you. And people don't understand, if you laugh, see, it's one thing for something to be funny and then you get a couple of, laughs in, but if you just laughing around a female all of a sudden, bro, that messes with your frame, bro. It makes you look, you know what? I can't say all that on the platform, but I'm just saying, like, it makes you look softer to where you're doing this laughing and stuff. Now, the whole masculine thing is out the window, bro. See? It's almost like you're doing the very thing that you shouldn't be doing, but you think you're doing the right thing. You think you got to be even more with her, you just start to overdo everything at this point. Now, another thing is that if a man start to do this, where he starts to laugh more because of the good coochie, it's because he has become super comfortable. And this is the ones that get cheated on. This the ones that get cheated on, and they end up, listen, when they get cheated on and get hurt, boom, that man would never be the same. He'd probably still be thinking about that situation, even if it was like 5 years ago, right? Now, another thing he may try to do is impress you. So just doing extra shit for approval, extra stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she would have the man going to get stuff like for her hair. Oh, go to the such and such and get me some hair, or hey, a sew-in or whatever. All of a sudden she's just literally telling this man what to do feminine things for her, and he just does it. See? Now, what am I really saying here? Because even if you have a pet, see, and then it's almost like people shape-shifting themselves into pets. Oh yeah. See, you listen, bro. The dangerous thing about shapeshifting, bro, is that you could behave the same as a damn dog, but not physically. But you can behave like a dog to where, oh, whenever the dog say sit, I mean, wherever the owner says sit, the dog sits to the point where it's like, oh, now she telling this man what to do. Oh, no treats until you go potty. And the man like, okay, all right, I'm gonna go potty. And she's literally running you to the point is no different than the owner and his dog. See? Now, another thing is this. So okay, so another thing is that just like I say, doing extra stuff as I mentioned for approval. Now here's here's a big one right here. If the man start to post you on social media, whether it be your body, Instagram, wherever, but just start to post you. Hell, might even want to start a OnlyFans just to put you on OnlyFans to show you off or whatever it may be. See, that's how you know that that's that softness that I was talking about. It's the soft launch vibes and where you start to do exactly what a female would do with a man. See, it's like, oh, why would it's almost like you start participating in feminine behavior. Now, another thing is that the man will start to protect that woman's image. So wherever she may be, who she's around, who she's with, it's almost like he won't let nobody disrespect her. Another thing is he may also stay longer than planned. So let's say you guys hang out together, have a lunch. All of a sudden he wants to do more, even though the initial plans was just to have lunch. Now he wants to go to a movie, all in the same date. Now he could get to the point where he just would be, physically just like a person sitting in a casino. Another 5 minutes. Well, just a minute. Oh, I'll leave in a minute. Just he can keep telling himself this subconsciously that hey, we'll be fine and hey, I got time. And it's like, dude, you overdoing it. See, I'm gonna tell you why. Because once listen, what tends to happen is you start to trade off your masculinity, your manhood over to her just simply giving you some good coochie. So you think that you're gonna have her all to yourself. That is something that's a lie, bro. You're basically going to give her to someone else, offer her to someone else. See, because with this, I'm gonna tell you, because what'll happen is this: when you once you bow down and let her break you down into that mindset and change your behavior, you start to open up emotionally. Now she can't even joke with you like she used to. See, she can't joke with you. You take the joke personal. Who you talking to? And she literally the same way she used to tease you about you thinking you all that. Oh, I bet you be saying that with all other women. Now all of a sudden you just you so quick to defend yourself because now you feel like, oh, everything she's saying to you was, done on purpose to hurt your feelings. So that's why I said that most of the men become emotionally driven after the fact. See, because it's like this. Okay, so it's like this because he might even confine in her stuff that he don't even tell the fellas. It could just be little stuff that's emotional. Oh man, moms was never around, little stuff like this. But you thinking that she could feel where you coming from based off of y'all just having you experiencing what you experienced with her. But that's a red flag. Don't do this. Please don't. See? Now another thing is the man starts to get jealous easier, okay? So even if he's hiding it, and remember I said it could be something like this, where your brother could be talking to your woman, see? Or a woman that you're trying to talk to, but let's say she done broke you off. Now you trying to claim her even though she not your girl yet. It's like, oh, anytime another man is talking to her, you start to get jealous. See, easier. Now, if the man starts to call you instead of texting you, that shows high interest. See, it shows high interest if he wants to get on the phone with you all of a sudden instead of texting. Because the whole I want to hear your voice and all this type of stuff, that's all tied into the emotion. See? So if the man becomes super available where all of a sudden he makes time no matter what, even if he has to work. Remember I said, people will make exceptions, bro. They will call, man, I done seen dudes call a flight off where they just literally, oh, I ain't going out of town today because such and such wants to hang out. Like, are you serious? You gonna miss a business trip because somebody gonna give you some what? Like, so you really worship that to the point where you cannot go on a trip because, oh, something is available that you really feel is really, really worth it over the situation of you going on that trip. See? So that could be a situation. Um, even if he's busy, he still cuts time. He still makes himself available. See? Now, I'm gonna tell you the mental effect, okay? Because this is the problem. If somebody give you something that is so good you never had it before in regards to this topic, it's the fact that, see, with a man, the woman will stay on his mind. See, those random thoughts all throughout the day about that person, that's what happens. But I'm gonna break it down even further and tell y'all why that happens. And it ain't even the coochie. It's not even just the coochie. See, there's more to it, spiritual wise, that you're missing. Now, another thing is that the man starts to replay the moments in the bedroom, or the fact of the matter of how you talk to him, the what you had on your, maybe you were lotioned up, whatever the whole details of the pandemonium, whatever it was, right? Now, the man might be thinking back like, damn, that was some good, right? And see, he starts to compare this woman to everybody that he's been with. See, this is a big no-no because now you're looking at her being this trophy versus, oh, she's better than this one and even your 7 year, right? Now, nobody's matching the girl that you're currently with. So this makes you isolate her. See, now you start daydreaming about her because you've already put her first in your mind. See, whatever you focus on becomes your number one. Then here's another thing. You start to zone out at work because your mind's still thinking about the experience. So this is you see how powerful, listen, you see how powerful yet distracting this can be, to the point where it's not good for a man to even look at it in such a way to where you have to literally tell yourself, I ain't falling for this illusion. See, it's so many women out there in abundance that to the point where you gotta just say, you know what? Yeah, I enjoyed the night that we had, but guess what? It don't control me. I'm not finna switch up, hit no back flips, no front flips. I'm not changing up nothing that I did thus far for it. See? And I ain't put nothing off for it. See? Because you have to go against your insecurities, the things of how you would even feel. Just like if you was to approach a female, you want to just approach her, even if you feel tickle bugs, nervous, even if you feel like looking down when she's looking at you, or anything you may feel, you have to work past it and still do the very thing that you need to do in order to, hold frame. So that's just how us men need to be. Now, if the man starts to prioritize you, as I mentioned, putting you first above things, refusing plans with other people, almost as if the woman revolves around him. See, to the point where that's all he's thinking about. See, all of a sudden the man wants to, go exclusive, wants to put a ring on it, wants to be in a full-fledged relationship, but then he just said he wouldn't even want no relationship. See, so that means that the man low key just doesn't want to share. Now, if the man is doing creepy vibes where he's checking your social medias, you know, looking around, trying to find you, trying to watch your moves, trying to learn, get your times down. And like I say, it could just be overthinking your mood of how you were feeling. If you were quiet, the man become too freaking focused on the very thing that see how much control that it pulls the man towards it. That's why I said it's an illusion. Another thing is he might just ask himself questions subconsciously, such as, oh, is she good? Because, oh, maybe the woman isn't, talkative after the fact. So he starts to pick up the cues of a woman. He starts to defend you even when you're not around, which is a good thing. But like I say, if it wasn't happening before, then it can be a problem. The man just becomes super protective, of you, your safety. It can end up, mattering more to him all of a sudden than it did before. Like I say, he's more patient. The man will willing to wait damn near as long as damn near 3 buses then pass by for you to come out from the restaurant after you've used the restroom in such a way. Now, here's the problem. The man could also lose his confidence, see, that it took for him to even get you in the first place, because now he may want reassurance. It's almost like the man keep asking you, are we good? Just when he realizes that, oh, you're not excited, or you're not, giving him the type of reassurance, or just the, oh, you look great, whatever the situation may be. He can start to feel like he's losing his grip, to where he may literally just ask the woman like, oh, you still F with me? Just literally showing his insecurity in such a way, okay? Um, he can also check his own behavior, trying not to mess up. This will be like a person that tries to watch everything that they say to hope everything sounds good, tripping over his words, where he's just trying to say everything right. See how that robs you of your manhood at the same time, and it robs you of your masculinity in your frame. Because she's gonna be a woman at the end of the day. She's still gonna shit test you and put you through tension on purpose, stress tension, just to see what you'll do, and to test whether or not you will still hold frame through it. Um, Another thing is he starts to value the woman's opinion over, different people's words, including his own, to where he's always agreeing to what something that she added or said to a situation. Now, in a relationship, the energy can change. So all of a sudden, a man can start to treat you better than he used to treat you. The effort of him, actually trying to do something for the woman increases. So the effort goes up. He wants you to be, happy. It's almost like he wants her to be happier than him, to the point where he'll even go out of his way to do things for her. Um, he becomes more loyal. See how loyal in itself, as I mentioned, is an illusion as well, being loyal. And to a T, he becomes more loyal. See, so it's almost like there's less temptation. It's like this man would just, go out of his way to be this way. It's almost as if he's trying to force it. He could prioritize the woman's comfort even over his own. He can make sure she's always straight. He could communicate more. As I mentioned, it's not good to explain, or to you just, especially when yapping or just talking excessively when you are with a woman. But he would begin to start to communicate more and less guessing games altogether. He starts showing appreciation, where those little things that she does, actually counts. He can plan dates all of a sudden, even if he was the type of man that didn't want to date or go out on dates. But as I mentioned earlier, quality over what? Convenience, okay? So he could get protective in public. So let's say if the, security guard is just cracking a joke with your woman, and then all of a sudden it's like, why are you looking at, hey man, don't talk to my wife? It could be in those moments where the dude's just doing his job, or you come across that friendly McDonald's cashier at the drive-through, how may I help you? And he's just being, extra, super professional. But then he thinks that he's trying to flirt with his girl, to the point where it's like, yo, we just want our food, and he's snatching the money out the dude's hand and, getting jealous over the whole interaction. Um, he could clean up his act where he probably wasn't even willing to do that at first. Um, Especially if he's been a jerk or an a-hole, before that, to the point where now all of a sudden he wants to act right. That's why I said be careful with a woman with good coochie, bro. She can literally wipe your nose clean, bro, of your manhood, bro, to the point where she can have you like doing stuff that you wasn't doing before. And I don't mean that in a good way, to where you might start to trim your nails down, filing them down because you're trying to impress her. You start doing everything to put a smile on her face and not even your own anymore, to where now you're just being her little, I can't say the word on here, but you know what I'm saying. Now you're just being her little, you know what I was gonna say. So yeah. Now another thing is he starts to check on your feelings more. He's always asking you things like, "Are you okay?" Those, emotional type of openers of questions. Um, Now all of a sudden he's more lovey-dovey. He's more wanting to, chivalry, to where he wants to hold your hand in public. And usually that's a girl thing where a woman would do that or try to offer or, have the man hold her hand. But now he's like literally grabbing her, reaching for her hand. Just he doesn't even psychologically know that now he's starting to come off more feminine. Another thing is he starts to support her. See, that's why I say he begins to pay attention. See, meaning he starts to pay physically with money, he starts to pay, and then at the same time, he's giving this woman attention. So he ends up trying to pay for her attention, if that makes sense. That's why I said it's a metaphor. He starts to pay attention. See, because now he doesn't think that he has her the way that he has her. It's almost like he still thinks it's all a dream, a joke. He doesn't believe it. It's like, oh, why did you give me this good coochie? Like, why did you choose me? What am I? What It's almost to where he starts to question his manhood. Why did you give me some good coochie like this? Why would you just like me out of all these men? Like, why would you give it to me? And then he starts to feel like he's not like he shouldn't have got that good stuff from you, to where now he starts to, ask the woman, for, how it's almost like he's giving his power away in so many words. Now, nothing happened locked up. This is just me just wanting to just talk about this because I have yet to come across anyone that talked about this. And as I like to basically reveal illusions, this is one of the strongest illusions that anybody could literally throw or draw in any situation, and that is hypnotizing you with the very thing that we how we all came about. See, it's like, if this goes back to the pillars, okay? This goes back to pimps and players and, hoes and all that type of talk, to where even those figures are all dipping and dabbling in the same thing of what we call warlocks and witches and these different things, because this is almost as if a person is practicing what? Spell work. Then it ain't no different. Because think about it. If you put it like this, if a person is a type of man that walk around saying he a pimp, bro, it ain't no way that a grown ass woman will hand over something that she worked hard for the day and just hand it over to this man, unless this man has done something. He has done the breaking down, the restructuring, breaking down of a human psychology, bro, to the point where she is yearly calling this man daddy, and it's not even her daddy, her biological father, to the point where she'll do anything this man say as if he was her daddy. That's cold-blooded, bro. So that lets you know, if I'm talking about zodiac signs, then what about those folks? And ain't nobody talking about it. So I'm just breaking down the illusion that people still walk around and they do this and they draw the illusion, bro. And you know how many men that done got ripped. Listen, so many men then got their bank accounts ran through by women. And guess what? The women could have only been like 19 years old. And she literally can be not even good looking, bro. And you know what? She's smart enough to know, oh, the coochie thing. Oh yeah, this is how she's gonna make it. And see, the problem with this is that she know that it don't matter how she look, bro. It's always gonna be a dude of what I'm explaining. A dude that's not a dude, bro. It's gonna be a dude that's not in his masculine frame 24/7. It's the same thing as getting caught lacking, bro. Getting caught lacking without a Cadillac, bro. To the point where this dude, oh, he see, I'm I'm gonna tell you a true story. I knew a Libra dude, right, that thought he was so cold, thought he was so slick. And you know, me being a Pisces, this man started telling me too much information. We literally just chilling, frying eggs in the kitchen. Next thing you know, dude come out of nowhere. Yeah, I got this little fine thing, bro. He old school, you know, a little older dude, probably in his late 50s. Just, thinking he done something, talking about, yeah, man, Libras be thinking they slick and all smooth and player made and whatnot. So he like, yeah, man, I got me this little fine little thing, bro. Yeah, old girl, man, she come over on the weekends, man, I break off a little $40 for the, little $40, whoop the woo, we get the little drinks and shit, and then, man, man, yeah, man, I be tapping that shit all day. But when he said $40, I'm like, wait a minute. Us Pisces, we be like, bro, you telling me too much shit that I shouldn't even have to hear that, bro. To the point where $40. Now, here's the funny part. I saw the girl, and he wasn't lying. She did not look good, Brody. But here's the thing. She was a Scorpio. Yes, believe it or not, she was a Scorpio. And this man, you could tell he was ashamed that he was even doing what he was doing. But at the same time, he had to announce it to make himself feel a man, like a man. It's almost like you could tell he trying to get his manhood back or his frame back, see? But the whole $40 thing, it made him have to feel like a sucker. It's like he trying to trip over his words and trying to avoid speaking on that or staying on that subject about the 40. Because think about it. If she ain't, bro, why is you paying for it anyway, bro? They say, why would you pay for the cow when the milk is free, bro? Why would you even, bro? That's just like paying for, how can I say it? That's just like you going to McDonald's to eat in, bro, and you still leave a tip, bro. And the you don't owe them any money, bro. You already ordered your food and sat down and ate. Why the hell is you going to the damn cashier talking about some, oh, just by the way, wanted to leave you a $40 tip on top of the tab? Like, bro, now you look stupid to the point where that's what you do when you actually hand over something like that. When something is actually literally not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, marketed. So it's almost like when you do stupid stuff that you get a stupid result, bro. See? And you also make yourself look dumb. And then the person don't respect you. So they don't come off of the price because you keep paying for it, the dummy. It's almost like, why would they stop? Because, oh, you want to be dumb. So that's one thing. Now here's the thing. Now, the man will also begin to want to start a routine with you. See? And that's the very thing that will literally make a woman leave you alone. Because now you want to get with her. You want to you trying to prioritize her schedule to where you trying to see her every day. See? So all of a sudden, you start treating her like she's your wife already, but you are not married to her. See? So you start to try to jump those different dynamics. Now, the man also ends up reassuring the woman. See? Letting letting her know securing her in other words, to the point where he doesn't even try to secure himself, see, anymore. And then he starts investing emotionally into the woman where it's not just on the surface level of how it used to be. Now I'm gonna tell you the same thing when in regards to the toxicity of the situation. Okay. Now, not only the man will also gatekeep. If those of you that know what gatekeeping is, it's almost like the man doesn't want nobody to know who he's talking to, even family, even his own mama, see, even his own sister, whoever is close to him. He don't want them knowing who he talking to. That's a sure sign right there. See, like I say, with the jealousy, it's on 10. He can get jealous so quick. See, over the small stuff. Uh, like I say, he checks who's around her 24/7, asks her, subtle questions like who is this? Where were you 5 minutes ago? Um, like I say, he wants the woman all to himself. But then he starts to time hodge at the same time. She can't do nothing. Damn, you were there for 5 minutes. Damn, and it's almost stuff that any normal person would have been there at that duration of time. Damn, it took you 20 minutes to go get a damn number one and a large shake. Damn, you took your 20 minutes. Bro, that ain't no different than how it would have been before the coochie, bro. You just now hypnotized that. You just now your mind's fried to the point where, right, like they be saying, your mind is fries. In other words, now another thing that I have is he overthinks your text messages, your replies. Why she texts me like that? Why did she say that? You start becoming even more emotional. So you are more open and prone to attacks that you assume from the same woman because of the situation. Now you start, overthinking everything. Why did she text me like that? Why did she say this to me? Why she say it like that? To where, now you're taking it personal. Let's say um when back then you didn't. So another thing you may do is you want the whole needing of confirmation all the time, reassurance. Like I say, you may low-key just start competing to where you want to be that woman's number one or the only man that she thinks about. um he may try to hog the attention to the point where he doesn't like to share her or give her away to others in regards to the attention, to the where it's almost like he doesn't want her to be seen with other guys and just wants the full focus on, it's almost like on him and her. Now, he reacts to the woman's silence. So anytime she is taking a nap, doing something where she's not texting back, calling back, or whatever, or just a simple reply, then what tends to happen is he starts to feel it very heavy in regards to his emotions. See, even if he becomes angry, that's still an emotion. He may also, check her vibe. All of a sudden he's become an energy reader. So he wants to control, most of the time now, not on an extreme level, but now it's very noticeable that he's doing it. And then, like I say, he constantly worries about losing you. And that fear ends up showing up in you guys' relationship or friendship or, whatever your situation is. Then the man start to study you. See, this is another thing. He starts trying to study you, pick you apart, try to learn your mental patterns. He gets attached to your energy, addicted to your vibe. Um, and like I say, he wants access to you all the time. So this could be related to him, pulling up where you stay or just simply texting you. And then he could just become territorial, quietly, to where it's almost like he's not loud with it, but he's very, clear with it. Now, to keep it real with y'all, I will say it's not even just a physical thing of what he's attracted to all of a sudden. It's the whole vibe. Uh, Now, the energy here is on 10, or like I say, this is what matters the most to this man because of how you make him feel. Um, The comfort plays a role in this because it's almost like a safe space that hits different, all right? So if a person becomes extremely, like this can make them actually, you know, constantly just want to connect, okay? Because that connection itself, that's what beats everything. So that's the very thing that hooked them in the first place. So when the confidence adds to it, so does the aura. Chemistry is key here. So that's why the man can't fake it. Consistency locks it in as well. So if you getting with this woman on a regular basis, this could be the case. Trust enhance everything. So that's why the man tends to relax more when he's around the woman. Presence matters as well. So being around the woman hits him hard. And like I say, it becomes about the woman, not just the whole moment. And it's also because he values the whole experience. That's why I said, bro, the experience, bro. The crazy thing is, the experience has nothing to do with the woman. See, you could go to a 6-star hotel, and it's almost like it ain't got nothing to do with the hotel. It's got to do with how that person feels when they're there. See, they enjoy maybe the mere fact that it's peaceful, hardly any people, elegant, whatever the situation, but it ain't got nothing to do with the hotel or the people that work there. So that's why I say, like, you could get with a woman and you could almost treat her like a 6-star hotel. You could treat her like, oh, I really like this uh, you know, this vehicle, to the point where you don't need to test drive it. You like, shit, I know how I drive. I just, you it's almost like when you sit in it, your whole behavior changes. You don't drink sodas in it. You don't want you wear your loafers when you drive it. You don't even want to put on regular shoes or scrape up nothing. You don't want anybody else eating in it or driving in it with you. So you start, acting funny because now you cherish the whole, what you got, to the point where now you extra careful. That's the same way and it's so crazy and funny that a lot of people have said this, that made jokes about it, like, oh, a lot of men, they treat their women like vehicles, because it's like that's just how they look at the woman in everything, based on how she looks, how the sex is, to where now they treat their woman like that Mercedes that they just got. See, don't want nobody touching it, don't want nobody looking at it. So it's like, it could be like that. Let me see, Nayla, the lube technician, said, "Oh my God, my favorite man just landed home." Who is that? Now, another thing is this: he becomes more intentional. Like I say, he knows some things that you don't play with 100% now. It's like now he became more attentive, but here's the problem: he's showing all of this. That's the problem, that he's showing all of this, and you're not supposed to show everything all at once. It's like bits and pieces, and it's like a little bit at a time, not like everything all at once. So by him validating her in such a way, this allows her to use him. See, she has no other reason to keep him. That's how she feels. Oh, he's already had. See, when a person gets everything, like, meaning, let's say a person gets all of you and everything about you all at once. Now they don't even respect you. See, that's the problem, because you're always there. See, you're not as good anymore or unique, because now you've opened up completely. See, it's the same way if you were to hang around friends, and it's like every time they need you, you're available. You think you're doing the right thing. You think that you're being a great friend. But no, they start to lose respect. They don't even say thank you no more. Because as soon as they call you, you answer the phone. And as soon as they ask for something, a favor, you're like, yo, yeah. And it's almost like you rarely say no. See? Well, the problem is that people start to look at you and start to think to themselves that they hate you because they need you. See? But then it's almost like when you are unavailable, busy, or let's just say you sometimes say no, then now the person starts to respect you because now it's in that uncertainty that they start to realize that, oh, I can't control you. Oh, yeah. If you do something, it's because you want to. See? It's like, oh, this person doesn't have that grip on you to where, oh, that's why with employers is not, with bosses, it's not good to always, show up for stuff they want you to do. Oh, you want to pick up hours. Cause it's crazy. It's an illusion that the boss sets that you don't even recognize is because you think you have a choice when that person asks you if you want to work extra hours. You think that they're simply asking you, oh, do you want to work extra hours? But what's really happening is they need to book those hours to somebody. See, it becomes a need. So sometimes they end up asking somebody that they absolutely hate. And they say, yo, Billy Bob, could you please come in tomorrow from 8 to whatever, right? And you wonder why they talking to you like that. And they saying it with such drag and so, so much it's like come on, like a would you please, like would you like really come in tomorrow? Like, cause they know they don't even want to be asking you for one, and they don't even like you. So because they need you, it's almost like they're asking a question that it's almost like you're not really asking me, in other words. See, you're just bringing it to my attention that, hey, you should come in tomorrow because why? The need. But it ain't got nothing to do with you. See, and that's the problem that we live in is that a lot of stuff has none. People put it like this: a lot of people are wired to want things from us because they need us, but it absolutely has nothing to do with us. It's like, oh, they just want another pair of hands. Oh, I'm gonna ask you, hey, you want to work tomorrow? You know good and hell well I don't. Why the hell are you asking me? And what am I gonna do? Is tell you no? Well, that's where I come in the picture. Yes, tell their ass no if you don't want to do it. Because they don't you think that you have to please them by saying yes, but they lose respect for you when you do that. See? And I'm not saying say no all the time, but you want to leave gaps to where you say yes, I'll come in, then next time no. Then you see how there's a gap, then there's, oh, maybe next time I'll come in, and then next time I won't. See? And then switch it off on the opposite foot, pivot to the other side. Then the next time after you've done it, say no, then say no again. Then yes, you got to do that because people, when they're too sure that you'll do it, there's no respect, bro. I'm gonna tell you that almost happened to me today. I just lost a friend of mine today, and wasn't an RP or anything like that, but you can say that in such a way because me and him not friends anymore. Um, we were running a Discord server, and they so they started a new 5M server. I guess you guys probably done been through this type of situation or heard about it. But he started a 5M server. I guess his family did, and he wanted me to fly in and check it out. And I checked it out. And it wasn't really that good to me. I ain't really like the city. It wasn't really they're all pretty much the same. What's up, Prince? Cash you out, welcome. And like I say, it was like the 5M server. It was ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, boom. Next thing you know, he said he had he was like the chief of the police in the city for me, and I asked him if, hey, can I do the police work with you? He's like, yeah, whoop de woo. Then long story short, they were hiring for staff in the Discord server for the city. And I was like, I applied for the staff, position. But I don't know, it's one thing about us Pisces, we are the cosmic sponge. So I began to pick up on the fact that I overheard the co-owner basically talking to someone else about how the dude that I know didn't want to do staff. See? said, oh no. And then the fact that he said hell no, when he put emphasis on it, it was almost like, damn, it must be that bad for, maybe it's a job that nobody wants, right? So I brought it to my friends, his name is Glizzy. I'm like, yo, Gliz, I said, why I said, y'all hiring for staff for the server? He like, yeah. I like, okay, I'll apply it. Boom. And then the lady, the co-owner, was like, yo, I gotta get an interview. She treating this like a real job, and it's not. It's just literally like something to do when you're off and you ain't doing much on free time, free time wise, like five and whatever. So boom, she like, I need to interview you in game. I'm like, nah. Then he broke it down to me. I said, I told him that I have experience as, being a staff in a different city. And I have experience, with the whole Discord, setting Discord servers up, running them. I said, I have the administrative experience. I said, um, so because this city hasn't fully opened yet, I said, hey, can I now here's what I did. Now I took a Machiavellian because I'm a firm believer in Machiavellian type of strategies and whatnot, and Stoicism and those type of philosophies. Now, Machiavelli, now I pulled one of his moves because I said, you know what? I said, bro, I declared what I wanted, demanded. I said, yo, I said, I don't want no regular entry level support. I'm not doing that shit because that's the shit that Glizzy didn't want to do because it's the bottom of the barrel entry level staff. And I'm like, I'm not finna be nobody's peon, nobody's little bitch for them to just be having me answer tickets and do all the F shit, right? So I said, no, I tell you guys what, I said, I'm not doing support. I told them clearly like this, I'm not doing basic support. I said that if y'all can't give me rank as an admin, I said that then I'll pass on it, right? Why did Glizzy hopped into the conversation, y'all, and he was like, ain't no city gonna just put you up there in rank like that. That ain't how it works. Like, that ain't how it works. He's telling me, oh, you got to work your way up to the top. And I disagree, see? Because if you supposed to be my boy, why can't you pull no strings and get me to the top? Y'all city ain't even open yet. Ain't no guarantee that y'all even have like 5 or 10 people play this city on a day-to-day. See? So I'm like, and then you telling me that ain't how it work? Like you trying to check me in some type of way, but you supposed to be my friend. You supposed to be cool, right? But you coming at me like you've been disappointed. And remember I said it goes from the need. See? So it's like you really hate me because you need me to do staff support at the entry level. Now y'all see what I'm trying to say, man? It's like you got to look at things differently because if a person needs you, they hate you, bro. And I know it sounds crazy. I know the way I just said that blows your mind and you like, yo, you bugging, bro. They need me and they hate me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because listen, in this theory, if a person needs you, they never want you to know. And why? See, they never want you to know. Why is that? Oh, I don't want him to know I need him because I don't like him. And you, bro, let me tell you something, bro. This is why I tell people, bro, you cannot manipulate a Pisces, bro. I don't give a damn. Out of all the zodiac signs, bro, Pisces is the most difficult to manipulate. Dude, do y'all not hear me, bro? This man, listen, by them literally saying, oh, you gotta start at entry level and work your way up. What is that? That's the pyramid scheme, bro. I'm not falling for, see, that's the thing. Anytime somebody say you got to work your way up, what does that mean? I don't like you. So I'm making it hard for you to even start. And then trying to put me in the spot because the man came to me and said, yo, bro, do you want to do staff? And I was like, yeah, I do staff. But you do it on your terms. See, I'll do staff, but I won't rank. Because if y'all need me, y'all hate me. And y'all gonna try to stiff me and put me in support entry level. So you really said, oh, fill out the job application. That's the illusion. Oh, to make me feel like I'm really applying for something I want, but really it's what y'all want. Y'all really just wanted to shove that thing of what you needed into some peons, lap to where we just wanted you to do the entry level shit that nobody wants to do. Even Glizzy didn't want to do it. And them his family, that's the people in the server is his family members, bro. It's cold-blooded, bro. So you saw what I did. I mimicked Glizzy's energy. Oh, I don't want to do no entry level support either. He don't even want to do it. And this is his shit. So that's why I try to tell people, if your own owner, even if the own honcho don't want to do the shit, neither should I. So what I did was, after he wrote what he wrote and said, no, you got to work your way up. What did I do? I clicked on leave server, withdraw. No closure. I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt of they got the last word. Oh, they told me, oh, I got into don't never argue with people about a decision, because your decision is it's like your withdrawal is your decision. Speak for itself. Oh, damn, he left? Damn, he left the server? That's just like saying F you without saying it. So I just left. Friendship and all, I didn't give a damn, because one thing with me having Rise in Scorpio is I oftentimes have power struggles with people, because the lesson for someone that has Scorpio rising is that you have to show your power no matter what, bro. Your leadership skills, no matter what, you're not supposed to hide them and keep them secrets to yourself from others. No, you literally let it be known that, hey, if you know that you are capable of being a leader, and hey, being a manager, being a store manager, do that shit, bro. Don't let nobody sit there and try to box you into that entry level bullshit, bro. Nope. Because you know that that's like, they didn't want to give me no power. And that's why I say, look at power, not like power like Marvel. I'm talking about they don't want to give me no authority. See, that's what I mean by power is authority. They didn't want to give me no authority in their server, bro. So, you don't want to give me what is a Scorpio gonna do without no damn authority? No power means no what? Nobody means nothing. I'm out of here. See? Y'all can sit up there and, dance around and look for somebody else that's gonna do some shit y'all don't want to do. So, but that's the thing about, you have to see the truth behind things and be fully aware of what the booby, of what they actually want. See? Because listen, put it like this. If I want somebody to do something for me and I don't want to simply just ask them, then what am I doing? Manipulating, right? I'm being manipulative. So being manipulative requires an illusion. I have to draw this illusion like I'm writing it on the board. I have to draw this illusion that I'm looking for a staff member. And then I say, okay, here you go. Here's here's your application, and for the staff, and here it is. I fill out the application. And this is all a part of the illusion. I'm thinking that I'm really have an opportunity. I really think that I'm really gonna, get something I want. Only to realize the truth. You never had a choice. It's cold blooded. It's cold freaking blooded. They wanted to fill that empty seat. See, think about it. The employee, listen, you can go to another example. You can go to an employee, like an organization, a business, right? And let's say you want to simply apply, but they're hiring for set positions. Oh, we're looking for da 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 da, right? And then, oh, you don't want to work those positions. So when you hand your application in, oh, thank you so much for your application. We'll be in touch, and if you are a good candidate for something, maybe right now we're looking for what something in particular. But hey, I got your application, and yeah, we give you a call if we need you. If we need you, somebody like you, in other words. So now all of that was just phony and fake. They really just said to you, we're not looking, hey, you are not what we're looking for. We're looking to fill these spots. That's all. See, people already, that's why I just tell people, like, the application shit is bullshit, bro. It's what we have to go through to get jobs, I understand. But it absolutely is, it doesn't even like mean anything. I feel like how it should be is you just show your ID, and an interview is not even necessary. To me, because it's an illusion, bro. You already, if you're gonna reason I say this is because you're hired at will. Okay. Hired at will means I don't have to have a legitimate reason to fire you. I can just wake up in the morning and say, you know what, real, you're done. You're fired. And that's it. Nothing. I don't owe you any type of explanation or why and what I did. And nope, you're fired, right? So why the fuck do I have to fill out an application to work here? Makes no sense. It's like, use me until you have no use for me. And I'll make this small ass wage, while you work the shit out of me for it. See? But another thing you could do is you could be self-employed, and then, like I say, you could do your own thing to where you make your own money. And you want to know what's crazy? I'm gonna show y'all this. Bro, I only worked, I'm gonna show y'all. I made $153, right? Boom, right? I made $153 in 3 hours. Boom. Okay. Mind you, this is all I did, bro. For those of you that like, oh, he's always in his car, and oh my God, does he ever work a job and all this and that and this is for you. I'm trying to get it to focus. But yeah, just by them 3 orders right there. First order, $46.65. Second order, $56.58. And the third order, $49.93. And you want to know the craziest thing? What am I doing right now? Talking to y'all, chilling on my phone, doing YouTube. Now here's the funny part. This is just one check, bro. This is one source of income. And I got 3 other more plus this one, YouTube. And I have a whole, bro, I sell computers. I make gaming PCs. I got my own business. I have my own gaming computer business. I do music. Bro, my whole point of saying all this was not to brag. The whole point of me saying this is fuck a 9 to 5. You can't have me up in your company working my ass off for low pay, bro. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. Been doing, you know how long I've been working independent like this? Like 8 years, bro. 8 years, bro. So when people say, "Oh, that's hard," and no, yeah, it's kind of risky. It's not risky, bro. You got more risk working a 9 to 5. That hired at will shit, that's the bad thing, bro. Hired at will. That is bad news, bro. That means that you could have rent due babies that need to eat. And guess what? Your freaking cord could be cut at any moment, bro. And you could just be ass out to where, damn, even though I was working a good job, they let me go. Just like that. And that happened to me. And I learned a lesson. My lesson was you cannot hide your gifts and things that you're good at. Bro, if you know how to do something, make a business out of it, bro. Like me, I always be making like, PCs and shit. But yeah, anyway, let me get back to the topic, y'all. Okay, so let me see here. All right, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is now the flip the dynamic. If it's a woman that's addicted to a man, see, because the D is good, right? And I'm gonna tell you how a woman will act. Her behavior will switch up like this. She will start to text, see, first more. It's almost like she'll text first more. Maybe in the morning you get a good morning. Maybe in the afternoon you get a good afternoon. Evening, good evening, right? And this could be out of nowhere. She could literally start doing this to where it catch you off guard. It's like, damn, she texts me in the morning, like, oh, just thinking of you and all these little sweet nothings, right? Then all of a sudden she becomes consistent with it. See? It's like no more random ghosting where, hours then pass by, you haven't heard from her. Now she starts to check in more. She starts checking on you daily. What are you doing? Where you at? How's work? All these little innuendos, right? And then she starts to ask you, oh, are you good? She's trying to check in with your energy. Oh, you good? Are you feeling good? Whoop-de-whoop. And see, she starts to smile more around you. That's another way. That's another clue to look for. That's how you know that the D's good. See, she can't hide it, bro. That's why she laughs and turns red or whatever it may be suddenly around you. Um, Cracks up where ain't nothing funny. She just keeps laughing, doing kind of like foolish type of things. She becomes more clingier. Oh, she wants to hang around. You know what's crazy? When a woman knows the D's good, bro, she be trying to spend a night at your house without no type of invitation. No, you didn't even say nobody was spending the night. She tries to come over your house and tries to sneak in the house of damn, you know, one of them little duffel bags full of shit for tomorrow. Like, why did you say you was spending the night? But that's what she would do. She would literally pack a bag, come over your house, and it's almost like in her mind, I'm spending the night. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, y'all know how it be where you might have some more company coming over. You might be like, yo, your ass gonna leave after this little thing. I have somebody else come through and spend the night, not you. Okay. Another thing is like I say, she's more clingier because she wants to be around you. She pulls up quicker. See? If she's coming to get you to go do something, she's all on man, she flying down doing 50 in the 40, trying to hurry up and get there. See? Um, when she pulls up quicker, it's less excuses. She's not making as many excuses. It might not even be any at all of a sudden. She laughs at everything that you say, even if it's not funny. Okay. Um, Even mid jokes. She compliments you more, your looks, your vibe, etc. She touches you more. See, now it ain't just the type of touch that she touches her brother with, in other words, okay? I'm talking about her young brother or her, just how she would touch a family member, her father or something. You will notice the way she touches you is like something more than, more than just that. Um, Another thing too, she's always close to you. See, let's say you guys have dinner together. She's all of a sudden her legs is touching yours, and she ain't trying to break the tension. Another thing is she wants to see you more often. So even if it's on your lunch break, she might even try to come see you on your lunch break to give you some dome on something like that. It could be a situation. She gets playful. All of a sudden, she wants to, get all in your arms and trying to do little extra stuff, teasing, joking more. She starts dressing up more. She always tries to put on, perfume or smell goods or wear more skirts, more heels, more stuff that's more revealing. Because you got to know this about a woman. She will show you more skin when she's really feeling you in the bedroom. Because listen, those people don't know this about women is they tend to show you more meat, more, their feet, their the vulnerable spots. See, it's cold blooded. And if she's showing you the vulnerable, I'm talking about have her arms out, her thighs, little stuff like that, then you all in there. See, another thing too is her energy shifts because her pupils dilate because she's trying to pull in more of you, more of your energy. See, when her pupils dilate, the reason why she look at you like that, it's almost like when something opens up, it wants to let more light in. But think of it of you and your energy. She trying to take so much of you in. See, that's symbolic, and that lets you know too that it ain't just your energy, it's your you know what too. See, another thing is she make time no matter what. She can have something that she got to do important and she cuts it off to come see you. See, busy or not, see, anything for you. Now, here's a big one right here. When she's willing to do something in public with you, even if it's the nasty, bro. She down to do the nasty in public. Don't give a damn who watching. See, that's why I said she's more open. Now, another thing too is that she gets shy, and then it's like this is something that increases and increases and increases. She mirrors your energy because she's locked in with you. Now, the mental effect is this. This is the danger behind it, okay? Because you could really make a woman crazy, bro. Like to the point where you don't answer your phone and she about to bust your windows out type crazy, bro. And she probably wasn't like that before. See? So when you put that D on her, bro, this can have her whole mind, her whole mental ain't the same to the point where you stay on her mind longer because she start having random thoughts about you. She starts to daydream. She starts replaying those moments of what happened in the bedroom, thinking, yeah, that was it. Ooh, that was good, and woo. She compares you to others. She's comparing you to Andre and Woody and all these other dudes. And she's thinking like, the crazy thing is, I'm gonna tell you why a lot of men get caught cheating, bro. It's cause they put it down on a woman, then she behaves like this of what I just mentioned. She becomes a zombie, like Call of Duty. She literally starts roaming her ass right back to your front door after she was just there. And now you got company with somebody else, and it's like they knocking on the door, tearing the damn door off the hinges and walking right in there. And it's like, ain't nothing you could do. You done started, man, listen, bro, you done created a monster to where it's like, bro, she ain't never be the same, bro. And see, she could start to overthink your mood. You could just be tired. You worked 12-hour shift. You could have worked 12-hour shift at Quad Graphics. Next thing you know, she ain't used to she just thinking about herself and how you made her feel. She don't even just low-key want to share you. She might think you're acting different when you're just tired. She notices your absence. She feels it when you're gone. See, even if it was just for 5 minutes, then you can go take a shit and then she'd be like, calling your phone, like, where you at? Where you at? Oh, I'm gonna take him to the bathroom. She wanna go in there and sit while you shitting, bro. Like, let me finish using the bathroom. When a woman really, really into you, bro, she's all in your face, bro. You trying to use the bathroom, take a shit. She's trying to sit there and talk to you and have a full-fledged conversation, bro. Even while you're reeking, stanking up that house, she almost becomes immune to the smell. She don't give a damn. She right there just smelling it all just like you. She don't know how to like give you space when she's into you like that. It's almost like whatever you do, she feels okay. I'm gonna be right there. See, if you on the balcony, she gonna be on the balcony too. She gets protective. She likes to watch how other people treat you, and you better not say nothing about her favorite man, bro. All hell break loose. See, she she values your attention, and like I say, now your attention means more than it used to mean. See, so now this is why she can literally be asleep and you call, boom, she'll literally wake up and just become super attentive and oh, you need me at the drop of a hat because she fears losing you. See, and that's the whole energy shift in itself. Also, she invests more mentally, so you end up mattering more to her. Um, Another thing that she may do is think long term. Maybe she's trying to seal the deal with you sooner with the whole marriage situation. She may try to trap you by having kids with you early. So that way it's almost like you're stuck with her, even though she wants to be stuck to you. Um, so that's something to think about. Now, when it comes to relationship energy, she treats you better, she buys you stuff. Now, this is a big one. She spends money on you, that her hard-earned money, bro. She actually goes and buy you things, bro. If a woman ain't buying you nothing, bro, that's a sign. It ain't no old you supposed to be the man. Nah. Listen, if a woman really, really, man, listen, really down for you in such a way, she ain't got no problem buying you stuff, bro. It could be something on a smaller scale, like some food from McDonald's, or it could be something on a larger scale where she might buy you a whole new coat, Pelly Pale with the Timbo boots to match. And that just comes from you just laying the pipe down. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. See, that's why I say, and you know what's crazy? A woman, you could be bro, listen. You could be the ugliest dude on the planet, bro. You could be just stupid ugly, bro. You could be like Fetty Wap, where you got one eye. 1738. You could be the type of dude that really ain't got no motion, bro. But if you got, man, listen, if you got your stroke game is on 10, bro, I done seen ugly dudes smash the finest of females, bro, and keep them. And I'd be looking like, what the I know that woman ain't with that ugly ass dude. I'll be like, what the hell? That ugly ass dude. And bro, you know what's crazy? He can be short, bro. He can be 5'9", ugly. Short where when she wear the heels, she way over this man. And she don't give a damn. He laying the pipe down, bro. She don't care. I done seen women have great jobs, RN nurse. And I done seen, bro, listen, bro. I went to my friend house, bro. He a Virgo, right? I shit y'all not. Can't make this up. Bro, this woman was a nurse. RN registered nurse making like 50 an hour. Bro, and this is the thing, the Virgo was telling me this. He like, bro, wait till you see her man, bro, which was his friend. I said, okay. So we go in the house. She in there cooking and shit. And she like, babe, what you want in your such and such? And I saw this dude. Man, it didn't make no goddamn sense, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, bro, you's a lucky son of a gun. This man was 18 years old. I'm talking about literally thin, like thin to where he ain't had no muscle. 18. 18 years old with a grown ass woman, bro, which was a nurse. and she was like 42, bro. I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, damn, that's nasty as hell. Bro, 42 years old, this man 18 years old, and he piping that shit, bro, and she ain't going nowhere. Like, she in there cooking like, babe, what you want on your toast type shit. To where dude in the room, oh, yeah, And I'm like, oh, hell no. And then the Virgo was like, I told you, we was laughing and shit like, ain't no way she got to, like, we was just me and him thinking the same thing. Like, she got to be on some dope or something, bro. Nope. Brody, you could just tell that's how it be, bro. So that lets you know that's how the ugly dudes, that's how they be getting these women, fam. I used to think it was the money. Nope. It ain't got nothing to do with the money, fam. It's these girls, because I'm going to tell you, like, I used to be thinking like this. They say a woman is in her prime when she in her 40s, right? Boom. But that mean that they become more freakier when they in their 40s. And the problem is that they start trying to play the whole Stella got a groove back type of shit to where now they'll try to go find them a little young thing or something, a little youngster, because they got all them miles on them. They trying to get they shit rebuilt. They trying to get a rebuilt transmission or something, to the point where they ain't looking for the old dude. They don't want them. Nope. See, and that should tell you something, bro. It's crazy how the world is ass backwards, bro. But yeah, welcome everybody just came in. And it's another thing. If the D is good, then it's less guessing games, okay? Because like I say, she'll communicate more. She starts to plan things, dates, trips. Oh, your birthday, where we going? Oh, we going to the Wisconsin Dells and we going to do this, Great America. Then we gonna go swimming and she just, look, her mind is all in the damn calendar book trying to just plan away. Now, as I mentioned, she supports you, okay? She encourages your goals. It's some things you trying to accomplish. She's up there doing the research for you. She trying to, go to Vista and print out your business card. She really helping you get it started. See? Another thing, she show appreciation. She started giving you more hugs. Being, she wants consistency. So then, like I said, routine with you. Both of y'all wake up, go to the gym. She's all, eager to do things together. She listens more, which is a very bizarre thing, because if you had the type, I'm gonna tell you, this is a trick, bro. You can meet a woman and let's say she's sassy, or she just, bitchy, or just like, let's just say she always just got an attitude, right? I'm tell you the trick. You put that D on her, bro. Guaranteed she started listening more. She cut all that shit out, bro. Guaranteed. I done seen women that ain't never got no good, fam. Like, cause you could tell just by smashing them, they don't know what they doing. That you be like, bro, you don't like, it's crazy, bro. It's some shit that will blow your mind, bro, that really just like had you thinking like, some of these women don't know what they doing in the bedroom, bro. They just don't know, bro. Hey, and the bad thing is they come across somebody like me. I'm a man, shit. I'm a man, listen, I'm gonna give them that whip blast to where they ain't gonna know what hit them, to the point they gonna be like, just out of it, to where you done stunned them. But look, the point is that when, put it like this, you have to do this, like I say, because women have egos too. Women have, can be overconfident. Women can be thinking they the shit and they got all this and got that and they swaying it, right? Boom. You get them in the bedroom, you put the D on them. Now all that whole Supergirl, Superwoman shit out the window, bro. Now they back. Now they asking you what you want for breakfast and what you want from Denny's, and oh, I'll go get it. And now they quick to go get it. And now, oh, she don't want you getting with another woman to go do those things that you used to do by yourself. See? Now she the one with the watch and trying to, it's been 20 minutes. You done been at McDonald's drive through. See, look, been there a little too long. Now, another thing is she likes to introduce you to people that she know, her family, her brothers, her cousins. She making sure you know who her aunt is that live in Madison and taking you places that you ain't never been before, meeting people. That's how you know, see? Because women ain't gonna listen. If a woman don't buy you nothing, that's a one thing to pay attention to. And another thing, if she don't introduce you to nobody, she from Chicago, but you ain't never met none of her people. Red flag. See? Another thing is she really hears you, as I mentioned. She really listens to what you gotta say. She checks on your feelings. She always asking you if you okay. She starts to respect your space, as I mentioned, but still wants closeness. Um, she invests emotionally, so now this could lead to a deeper bond. She could reassure you, keep you secure. She may wash your clothes, prepare meals. Um, and then it's crazy because like when she starts to prepare meals for you, she keeps it at like a routine basis to where she's always trying to ask you what you want to eat and I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get this stuff. And it's almost like she started treating you like a king. See, that's how you know. And you ain't got to be no certain age to do this. You could be 18 years old and literally have your feet kicked up and just like, next thing you know, you could be in a situation where you driving her car. She letting you take her car to go do everything. Go to work, go do this, go do that, whatever it is. It's like, it's almost like she opens herself up to you more. See? So that way it's almost like, she don't even want you driving your own damn car. Now she want to take you to work. Now she want to take, because she's trying to get that one-to-one with you. See that the communication and spending time. She wants to align with you. See, because now she's looking at everything as a team. But that's the funny thing. You don't get this teamwork in the beginning when things were normal until you accomplish what I'm telling y'all. See, now I'm gonna tell y'all how it's low-key toxic at the same time. Because yes, she gatekeeps. See, she don't want other people knowing who she talking to regarding what it relates to her friends. It's certain people she does not want you that certain people she does not want to know you. It's like it might be a particular person, maybe her grandfather, maybe her grandmother. Certain people, oh no, 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 no. I don't want you knowing because they're gonna be able to see her behavior change in a drastic way that they're gonna try to stop her. Like, wait a minute, Brenda, why are you taking the dog with you, and why are you packing up all these clothes, and where you going? And then if she say, oh, I'm going over my guy friend's house, well, I don't think you need to take all your Jordans, and you got 12 pair of Jordans with you, Brenda. It's like, yo, Brenda, you got like 12 pair of Jordans. When you didn't gotta take the whole damn closet with you just to go to a guy friend's house. But that's how a woman can be, bro. Her mind focused on the D, bro. She don't even know. She's acting like she's out of her mind, bro, if that makes sense. See, at this point. Now, she may also ask you subtle questions. She may also watch who you're around. She might even get in your ear about the friends that you spend a lot of time with, just so she gets more time with you. She might say, oh, I don't know if you should be hanging out with Jeffrey, because Jeffrey, he kind of acting like Dahmer a little bit. The only thing different about him is he willing to be with you even when you with me. But it is that she'll start trying to get more of your time to herself, to where she doesn't want you spending any time with your friends. She gets mad at you, super mad, and you just be playing the game like you normally do. All of a sudden, she don't want you on that game. When she around, she gets mad at that whole PvP type shit going on. She really wants you to be playing. Uh, She wants you to be playing PPP or whatever it's called. But yeah, another thing is she would check your loyalty, okay, at the same time, testing you from time to time sometimes. So she could get territorial as well, quiet but noticeable. She can react to your silence. If you go too quiet, she can actually feel it to where even if you're asleep, to the point where, oh, what are you doing? Are you okay? Who you with? Might ask a lot of those different types of subtle questions. She could study your behavior, pick up on patterns of how how you respond to things from what you do on the day to day. She doesn't like sharing attention. See, she doesn't like other people, like I say, to have your time. So she wants you to be her priority. She can also check your vibe, which means that she starts to read your energy. She gets attached to your energy, which makes her also get addicted to it. And she wants access often, okay? So she could call, text, pull up on you unannounced. See? It's like even if you didn't, that's the problem. That's why I said this is how guys and women, you know, women and men they get caught cheating. See? Because these type of people, they become zombies. They come to your house, unannounced. They're watching you, even when, let's say um you didn't have your phone or your phone was dead, or let's say something that happened outside of your control, and the woman that's infatuated by you, she's trying to get a hold of you. Well, let's just say in the past, if you didn't answer your phone before the D was good to her, let's just say you would you know, normally answer, or let's say, you know, let's say you would normally answer, all of a sudden, you don't answer because your phone situation. Now, all of a sudden, it's like this. It's like now she's willing to get up, get dressed, go to where you are because, oh, I called you 3 times and no answer. But see, before that, she didn't used to do those type of things. She becomes protective over the connection that you guys have. She reacts emotionally, more sensitive to you all of a sudden. Like I say, she could try to control your work schedule as well. Now that's on a more crazier level. See, that's like that addictive stage. This is when she gets mad. Oh, you're always at work. Oh, you never have time for me, type of situation. Oh, now she's trying to, getting upset because you're on third shift or whatnot. And it's like, hey, I got to bring the money in. But how, oh, you never have time for me, even though you spend, a decent amount of time with her before you go to work. But it's like, if you were in a situation you experience where, it's never enough, that's because she sold out on you. See, that's that infatuation. Now, another thing is she could also hold on to moments where memories stick. So she can keep pictures of the two of you, on a night out somewhere, and have those pictures in her, on her closet, to where when she wakes up, she sees you. And it could be a fatal, like I say, you know how there's a thing with laws of attraction. And then it's like, if you actually have pictures of a person that you're just absolutely sold out to, now if you wake up and see them, it's almost like you want to be around them even more. It's intense. It's like super intense at that level. Now, another thing is she may oftentimes need confirmation from you. She may ask you your opinion more often of what you think about things, even before she goes to somebody that knows more about it. She may oftentimes just ask you everything. What do you think? What do you think? It could be stuff that you absolutely have no interest in, about something that she wants to buy that's feminine, to where, oh, should I get this coat? Should I get the one with the sleeves, or the, she even wants you to pick out her panties and stuff in the bedroom, to where she might actually show you a catalog with, oh, different types of fishnets and little stuff, lingerie wise, that she's like, yo, do you like this, or do you think I should get this or wear this one and this? And then it's crazy because a lot of the stuff of a woman, that a woman probably would be embarrassed or like not wanting to like let her guy see, the particular things that she would go and buy as far as her feminine wear, she would be sharing that stuff with you like you're like a female yourself. Like, oh, the ones with the yellow with the little thing in the middle, you think I should get those? And yeah, I actually ordered those and I got the other ones coming now with that has the front missing out. And you be like, man, be like, yo, you be like, damn, bro, like what the hell did I do? I'm gonna tell you the one thing is crazy, bro. When you get a female like this or females like this, bro, you gonna feel like you done had a magic wand, bro. Like you done just did something like boom. You gonna be feeling like, man, what the hell did I done started? What the hell did I do, bro? Cause you would get scared of your own shit to where you'd be like, bro, what happened, bro? Like, this is not like nothing of what I thought this was gonna be like. And see, these the type of women now. Here's the catch now. When things go left, I will say when things go left. Now, this is how these dudes and these women, this is how they end up losing their lives, bro. Because remember I said zombies, bro. See, you can imagine like watching Thriller at the beginning when it was like, the little scenes and everything. But imagine the zombies ripping off the damn hinges and just coming in your house and, you know, you don't know what's coming. Is like because of that, they're literally addicted to you. See, it ain't even like it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's the experience. So it's like, oh, if you let her know like you breaking it off with her, you breaking up with her in such a way now could you only imagine that there's like her world comes crashing down on her to where, oh, I ain't finna have this no more. And that was the best thing she ever had, bro. Bro, she's going to do something to you, bro. If you don't stay with her, she's going to hurt you, bro. That's why I tell people and vice versa. You know, if it's a man, crazy about a woman. See? So another thing is this, is that she can let me see. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Real talk on these ones too. Is the fact that it's everything what y'all mentioned is not just physical, it's the whole vibe as well. The energy matters here too. So it's all about how you made her feel. Remember I said the experience, comfort is key. So the safe space it hits different. The connection, it matters more than everything. See, this is why I said if you guys were to break up, this is why she would be trying to, hurt you because the connection is more important to her than everything else. So that's what locks her in, see, to you. Now, as I mentioned, the confidence matters. So the presence of, just you just being there. It's crazy. Even if you're asleep, you could be asleep and she just wants to come over there and see you, and you ain't even up to where she might actually come over there and just be like letting you sleep, but she still wants to be in the house with you, if that makes sense. Um, like I said, because when she looks at you in the connection, it's almost like glue, gorilla glue, like y'all both just stuck together, and that's the glue of that emotional bond of which she feels, and it becomes deepened. See, so that's how the trust between the two, everything. She starts relaxing more. See, so don't be surprised if she starts napping at your house. See, she'll literally start doing stuff that it's like related, just like how a cat, how a cat will be like, getting too comfortable, sleeping on his back, doing kind of that type of stuff. Women do the same thing. They'll do something that kind of shows you, damn, you must be too comfortable. You done took your socks off. You done, you know what I'm saying? You stretched out on the couch, legs all open and shit, like ain't nothing going like them, like you just can't have nobody just come up on you or something. Like you just too damn comfortable. She, like I say, she can have her regular like her gown, sleeping gown on, or a robe or something. She could have something on that it's like you could just tell she's fully relaxed with you. Um, Now also said it at the same time is like if she A woman ain't at this level ain't gonna stay where she's unappreciated. See, so if she stays, she's she feel appreciated. That's why she wants to stay over with you. It could be many, many, many nights, not just one. Like I say, in a way that she become more vulnerable. And like I say, that can mean that she show more skin. She wears more like open toe sandals, things that show more of her body around you. That's another thing. Cause you got to know that women will wear these type of things in their own home. Okay. They'll wear, booty shorts, little things that are more revealing because they're comfortable. They're at home. So if you are always around a woman that's always clothed and she really don't let her skin be shown around you, she's not into you, bro. See? She ain't into you. She don't show no skin. She always got shoes on, Jordans, and she wears certain stuff that covers up her, her body, her feet. She not trying to show you any of her, like, show herself off to you. Nope. Because if a woman is interested in you heavy, she quick to want to take that shit off. Hey, it is the truth. Man, listen, bro. I knew this Taurus female. She did the same thing, bro. Once she got comfortable with me, she literally had no shoes on, no socks, and literally had like booty shorts on, SpongeBob booty shorts. I'm like, bro, you got to be super comfortable to be in that, sitting like that. And then she had like a training bra on. Like, come on, bro. So you know how a female, when they really into you, they make sure you see everything. They ain't trying to clothe up nothing, show, it's almost like they fully comfortable with you. But if a woman try to, they don't want to take their shoes off, they don't want to take their socks off, she ain't feeling you, bro. She ain't too sure yet if she trusts you when she's like trying to cover everything up like that. See? So that's something to always remember. Um, Another thing is let me see. Now this is the bonus content that I'm just gonna add on top of this, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the soul tie, okay? Now, those of you that I'm not really sure. Some of you may know what a soul tie is, but it's when a person has like that strong emotional, psychological bond with you. Okay, it usually happens through intimacy, vulnerability, and it's almost like a repeated attachment that comes with a pattern. Okay, and yes, it's definitely spiritual. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. See, the problem why you have to be careful who you sleep with, bro. Because remember, I told y'all the first thing was either the person having, if it's a female, having good coochie, or the male having good D. That could be a situation that requires a deep bond emotionally and a spiritual attachment. And you see how a person behave in such a way just by experiencing it, right? Boom. How does that all happen? Soul tie. See? So the soul tie is mental plus the emotional pull. So a person could literally sleep with you and then all of a sudden they can't stop thinking about you. That happens because of the soul tie. See, when you're not married to a person and you just sleep with them, bro, and y'all ain't got no ties and you just, you know, just going around just sleeping with folks and you ain't really, that's it. So what you fail to realize though, what you're doing is you're making soul ties with these folks. And then after the whole intimate moment is done, you start having constant thoughts about that person. You start to pop up in their mind daily. On the daily, meaning day in and day out, this person is on your mind. See? Also, it's hard to move on. So could you imagine sleeping with somebody, experiencing the intimate moment, whether or not it was good or not, right? Boom. It's hard for you to move on. You be feeling like, damn, this ain't even your girlfriend. That ain't even your boyfriend. That's not your husband, and that is not your wife, right? Boom. But why do you think of them so much in such a way, right? Now, even if you slept with somebody new, It's cold-blooded. See, even if you slept with somebody new, the new people don't even feel the same. See, you could literally sleep with one person, boom, create a soul tie. Then you sleep with somebody new, and it don't even feel like that person is even a new person. See, it's like the new people don't feel the same because of the emotional triggers that happen. See, that's why when you listen to music, certain types of R&B songs that, it could be in relation to intimacy, different places, what does that do? That ends up bringing these people back. See, you could literally listen to a song that was the same song that was played while y'all was freaking out, right, doing the freak off. Then all of a sudden, you could get all these thoughts and all this shit of remembrances of memory of the situation that comes back and haunts you. It gives you memories of that person. But let's say that person is not your mate. See, what if it was just a one night stand, or let's say a friend with benefit situation? So that could be a situation. Also, you could start idolizing the person to where you just start seeing them as the one, even though they're not your mate, even though they're not the one. It's like to the point where you start seeing them as the one, but you guys aren't even together. Y'all slept together, but y'all not together. But all of a sudden, your mind start playing tricks on you, like, oh, that's the one, and this is the one I should be with. And that ain't even what it is, bro. Your soul tie is making you feel that way. It's triggering you when it's called is basically causing the pull. Another thing is that you start to ruminate about the whole situation. You go through the whole um rumination of just replaying the old conversations from the phone calls to the you guys socializing with one another. You start having a strong longing. So let's say you slept with Nikita. You slept with Nikita on Monday, right? On a friend with benefit type of situation. Let's say you ain't hit or smashed Nikita in like a week, right? But now, as you sitting in your room playing NBA 2K 2026, you start having this strong longing of a feeling that it's almost like you miss her in such a way, even after closure, even though it ain't nothing, even though it's over with. Like y'all not even together. That was just a friend with benefit situation. It's like your soul is still longing for her. See? Or vice versa. If you a female, you could be longing for a male. Um, Now I'm gonna tell you why. It's because of the attachment loops. See, as you guys know, with a loop, it's in this continuation that it keeps going. It creates a cycle. So what tends to happen is it's almost like wash, rinse, repeat. So it's the breakup, reconnect, and then repeat it all over again. So it creates a cycle. Now, you might even start overvaluing that person's opinion. See, now their words hit harder because of the soul tie. It could be an identity overlap that you experience. So the whole we becomes part of you now. See, it's like, oh, we becomes a part of me. So now you start looking at everything from the both of y'all, even though the truth is you guys are not together. See, so the problem is when you create a soul tie, you take on that person energy. See, and it's almost like if you were married to them. See, you become one with that person. So now you lose your own identity, bro. Because now you become one. See how the world is made or was made for you to be married to your wife. When you go around sleeping with other people, you create soul tie. Boom, you create the whole merging situation happens. So now, could you imagine you literally don't even like that person on them terms to where you slept with them still? And now, like every time you can't do nothing without thinking about this person. It feels like they're still with you, even though y'all been stopped talking. That's the soul tie. That's what it does. It haunts you in such a way where it constantly keeps making you think about that other person that you're not even with anymore. See? So that's why I said the we becomes a part of you to where you can't shake it. No matter what you do, you cannot shake it. I'm going to tell you why, because of the emotional dependency that happens. So the mood, this is what you got to watch out for. The mood tied y'all behaviors together. Could you imagine? Let's say if yo, let's say the girl you was messing with, let's say she like females, right? Let's say she like girls, boom. And you didn't know. See, now her behavior is tied to yours. So what you think you finna start doing? It's cold-blooded. You might not even know why you're thinking in such a way, but you didn't pick that behavior up from her. So now you start switch hitting, see? And you don't even know why. It's cold-blooded. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. Because at this point, once you make ties with other people, this makes it impossible for you to set boundaries because of the illusion, bro. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. The illusion that you set for yourself, because now you start to believe something different based off the mere fact of the soul tie. You thinking it's you making a decision, but it's really the soul tie that's pulling y'all, that has that person behaviors tied to yours. So you start to have difficulty setting boundaries. And then this is what you start to do, because your behavior is tied to the other person. You start letting shit slide. See, you start letting shit slide. Then you start to crave validation. You start wanting that other person that you slept with weeks ago, years ago, months ago. You start wanting their approval. See, then you start to feel the pulling back, the urge to reach out again. This is how some people end up calling you weeks later, months later, years later. Phone ring, and it's an old friend with benefit dude that you used to talk to weeks ago, months ago, years ago. Hey, Nikita, yeah, this real, real. What you call it? I ain't talked to you in like 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I was just, I was just seeing how you was doing. Just wanted to see if you wanted to link up. They might be like, man, boy, I'm married. I got a husband now or something. And you calling on a booty call thing, and that can happen because of the soul tie, bro. You might not even listen in your right mind. You might not couldn't even believe that you reached out after that one night stand situation. But that soul tie, it literally, it's like it came out of you. It made the call. You lose control because listen, that's what the soul tie does. It takes control of your body, bro. Another thing is that you may forgive quickly. What's going on, Angel Marley? You may forgive quickly before the healing is done. You have to let the healing work its course and be patient until it finishes. See, sometimes the healing ain't done. It don't happen in 24 hours. Sometimes the healing may take a couple of days, see, for you to heal from something. So some people don't give themselves enough time to heal because their ego, they think that, oh, I'm not hurt, or oh, I'm not, nothing's wrong, and they just ignore it. And then it haunts them later. See, it comes back up. It lets you know it's almost like unfinished business that wasn't resolved. Now, another thing that can happen is selective memory. Okay, so during the soul tie experience, you could start remembering, the highs more, the things that made you feel good, whatever experiences they may be. Then you could become anxious when you and that person are distant from one another. See, Now that plays a role because now you can get anxiety behind the mere fact of, somebody you slept with or were friends with benefits with. And it's like, oh, that person isn't calling you anymore. So now you start getting, worried and anxious. Then you start to overthink the silence in itself. You start to use more heightened empathy. Remember I said I have a video that I have yet to release about this, is because you don't want to just be nice to folks just for no reason, bro. No. And many people have gotten this mistaken where they show empathy. I mean, on a heightened level to where they show the best of the best empathy earlier on, too soon. And like I say, then that allows them to feel more pain deeply. See, you can only be hurt in the worst way based on how you use empathy, bro. See, we call this taking a knife from a person and sticking it in your own self and twisting it. And it's almost because you basically did it to yourself. See, you used empathy to something that didn't require it. See, it's not even fair. It's not even a fair exchange when you use empathy for no reason. See, use empathy when somebody's already in pain. But if you just simply just use it and there's nobody in pain, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be for you. It's cold-blooded. See, it's gonna be for you because you're supposed to go to somebody else that was in pain, but now, oh, you just freely giving out empathy. Now you're gonna be hurt in the worst way because you wasn't even supposed to use it. See, empathy teaches you a lesson. It's almost like use me when somebody's in pain. See, and that it's almost like if you was to pick up a bottle that had a label on it, use me whenever somebody is in pain. So you only would go reach for that chemical, when it's time to use it. But if you just, oh, empathy, wait a minute, let me pull it out and just use it. It's like using an extinguisher. It's like using something that you're not supposed to use unless it's a problem. But if you just freely just open it up, open a can of empathy, bro, you gonna end up wasting it on yourself, bro. That's how potent it is, and it's not a joke, bro, when you use it. Think of using empathy. You have to carry it with kid gloves. You have to hold it in such a way and use it in the right way professionally, like use it to where it could backfire, bro. It can open you up to where somebody can literally poke you and create so much damage in this. Like they can hurt you in the worst ways because you're empathizing with the wrong incorrectly. So that's why I say, be careful with that. I'll do a video to explain that at a different time. But um, another thing is the soul tie may also cause the comparison trap. So it's almost like no one measures up to this person that you've been with or experienced. Um, there could be confusion after a conflict, and then all of a sudden you might even ask yourself, "Oh, why do I still care about this person even after closure?" It could also be an experience where you have, or go through an emotional whiplash. Um, you can experience high lows and low lows, and then it could be jealousy after the separation. So you could become, territorial afterwards, or just protective. All of a sudden, you could also start to hold on to hope. See, expecting a whole reunion, and this can make you delusional. See, this can make you start to look at things as though, oh, like it's some truth in what you're saying when actually it's never going to happen. uh Another thing you could do is have difficulty locking in or just staying focused on something. And I'm gonna tell you why. Is because your mind starts to drift back to the other person, because not only are their behavior not only is their behavior tied to you, but vice versa. And then you could feel this magnetic feeling that comes over you. Okay. So that will make you draw into the whole you know, despite the logic in itself. So it's like, even if you try to get out of this situation, it literally clings you right back to this person. See, it's almost like an attract, you know, it's like an attraction that occurs to where it magnets to the very thing that you're tied to, and you just can't escape it. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing is that you become persistent with the whole curiosity aspect. So then you start to wonder what the other person is doing, even though you guys are done. See? So this is something that's very, like I said, is very dangerous, because could you imagine you're no longer with these people, but you still think about all of them all at once because you're tied to all these people? This can make you mentally, unwell. This can make you mentally unwell, because think about it. What if you the type of person that has a lot of, a higher body count, and you done slept with like 50, 60, 100, 200 people, and you wasn't married to them? Now you have created soul ties with each one of them. See? And to the point where you could literally lose your damn mind. You could experience, just, great headaches, to the point where you just don't even know why you be having these migraines, where your head just feels like exploding, because you feel everything from all these different soul ties, from all these different folks that you slept with. See? And it's like, these type of people don't sleep good at night. These type of people have nightmares. These type of people, they can call people that they didn't mean to call and don't understand it. Like, why am I calling this, this person that I screwed around with? It could be so bad to where it could pour off into your marriage. See, it could be a situation where you're with your spouse and you end up calling a female that you used to talk to, a couple of years ago. You could be even so freaking like focused on this other person that you start looking them up on social media. You start trying to find out what they're doing all of a sudden. You start looking on Facebook, Instagram, trying to find, memories, where photos or whatever of something that used to be. And it's like, you might not even understand it, or try to, you may have done it and felt the shame, but I'm telling you why it happens. Now, another thing is that when it comes to behavior and relationship patterns, so all of a sudden, now here's where it shows like the crazy stuff, is all of a sudden you start reaching out late at night. See, you start impulsively just start texting the other person that you have created the soul tie with. You start, keeping contact items, photos, gifts, checking their socials, like I said, tracking their whole life in itself, stalking, pulling up at places that you guys used to hang out at, breaking the whole no contact situation in itself. You might be telling yourself, oh, just this one time I'm gonna go over there and just scope the situation. Oh, just this one time I'm gonna go ride through her neighborhood or his neighborhood and see if I, see any or I could see them or see some activity, in regards to their house. Um, you could start to prioritize them over your main relationship or your marriage. You could start just excusing bad behavior. If the person cusses you out, you might not, you might not even see them as being mad in a situation. You could become delusional to where you start to think the person is just stressed for cussing you out, even though they have every right. Y'all not talking. Why is you at my house? And it's like the person just simply isn't getting it, because they're like, literally their mind and the soul tie that they have is literally has taken over. See, has hijacked their, their whole their soul in such a way. Now, here's when it gets worse. The person may also experience just the whole mere fact of avoiding new intimate partners, new intimate how can I possibilities, where they start to avoid the new intimacy in their life. They don't want to, talk to new people. They keep thinking about the past, the old people that they, had the soul ties with. They're not ready to open up anymore. They start to seek proximity to where, they go where they might be. Like I say, stalking behavior. Um, they start to sacrifice their needs. They start ignoring your boundaries, pulling up to your job. If you ever had a guy pull up to your job and you guys weren't together, but y'all used to mess around, that's why. Even you know what the crazy sick part about it? Even he doesn't even know he's doing that. He's only responding to what his soul is responding to. But he has no idea that he's literally out of bounds. It's like, bro, what are you doing? He can't explain that. See? Because he's only something is pulling him against his will. See? So pulling him against his will to these people. That's why, bro, listen, this is the dangerous thing, bro. This is why you don't try stuff. Like, hold on. This is why you don't try stuff with people, or you don't do things with people that you're how can I say it? Like if you try something that's forbidden, let's say you sleep with, the same sex, or you do something with somebody just out there getting drunk, hanging out, doing stuff, bro. The danger is the soul tie, bro. Cause you could do something and think it was just gonna be a night out, never happen again moment. And then literally you could wake up and your mind is like automatically glued to the other person. Even months from now, weeks from now, years later, it could be 10 years and you're still thinking about that person. It's cold blooded, bro. It ain't no joke, bro. And see, another thing, I'm gonna tell you, why do you think, why do you think, like, when it comes to Freemasonry, why do you think when it comes to the rituals, and why do people try to defile the spirit, meaning the soul, in the first place? Why do you think they try to, have the person sleep with, you know, do different types of sacrificial things through body rituals, such as, same sex, intimacy, all different types of crazy stuff? This is what I'm referring to. And you wonder why, like the people that, that mess with Diddy and, all the little scandals and situations, you wonder why these people have, like, literally, they cannot forget or move on from that ever. Like Justin Bieber, he can't just move on with the rest of his life and just forget about everything. No, you saw how he has become now. The man literally can't even function without, smoking or doing something to, just to how can I say it? Just for him to, wake up every morning and just to get through it. He got to, do all kinds of other stuff to try to keep him sane and keep him regular. Cause he already know, bro, them people he done slept with, or, to get famous or whatever it may be, soul ties, bro. See? And it ain't something that you could just not turn off the light switch and just turn it off and just forget about it. Nope. It's just one of them, it's kind of like something that lingers. It's like something that you just can't get rid of, in other words. So another thing that I have is that you start to experience codependency, okay? Codependent habits where you start to over involve that person in your life. You could also have sacrificing needs to where you start ignoring your own boundaries. You start repeating cycles, old bad habits of things that you used to, stop doing. You start doing them again. You could have the same issues, just a different day. You can start testing the loyalty of the other person, looking for reassurance, uh, just intense, making up after breaking up, big reunions after fighting each other. Um, you could go through a episode of just, emotional caretaking, trying to fix the situation in itself, merging routines, trying to live your life intertwined, just keeping the person as a backup. Now, this is crazy because like you could literally have all of this fixation within yourself and not even be in agreement or even put it like this. It's almost like you haven't even discussed these things with the other person. You're making all these decisions and plans yourself. So you might um keep the person as a backup. But then after you keep them as a backup, you just can't fully let go altogether, even if you wanted to. You can avoid closure talks, because you fear that it would end things between the two of you. You could start, defending these people to other people, um, minimizing concerns of others, stand let's say you start to stay with the person despite of the whole misalignment. Let's say you guys don't even get along. Let's say you guys are not even compatible. And then still it's like you guys could just still see that the values between the both of you don't even match. See, there could be a quick reattachment. See, the problem with soul tie is that it can make you re it's like it can make you reattach even after you guys have broken up. It's the type of situation that it's like a broken record. It keeps making you break up and then break up, make up type of situation. And then it's like after time, the men, um, it's like after a certain amount of time that person has spent away from you, you end up reattaching yourself to them. See, it's almost like you can't let go even if you wanted to. This situation becomes a high investment over your own time, money, and energy. There can also be, a public-private split between the two of you. So it could be different behavior around different people. See, maybe the way that you behave around this person, you don't behave like that with other people, and vice versa. You could become dependent on the whole contact between you and the other person, which will oftentimes make you need, frequent check-ins. And you could just have a fear of a final goodbye. See, and that's why you keep on prolonging the connection between the two of you. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys spiritually through your intuition and how people use this, in other words, is that they might say things like, oh, we connected on a different level. I'm gonna tell you, this is what people say when you know they are under a soul tie, okay? They might say, this is the way they communicate. They say things like, oh, we connected on a deeper level. I know y'all heard that one before. Oh, I feel their energy. If you find people saying these type of things, it's because they are under subjection. They are in a soul tie situation. See, they may say things like, oh, we're meant to be together. um this is a soul contract lesson type of situation we're experiencing. They may look at this person as being their twin flame, or karmic type of labels attached to the person. They may also say things like, oh, um I sense when this person is thinking about me. They try to make it seem like it's something spiritual, like something that they are controlling, in other words. It could be just synchronicities in itself to remind that person of the other person. Dreaming about them often could be something. Let's say you keep dreaming about the person that you used to talk to or you was friends with benefits with. That would be another sign. You could say something like, we got unfinished business. Our bond is different from others. You could start to when people ask you to explain further, you might say, oh, I can't explain it logically. Or you may say that you had a spiritual awakening. See, some people use these terms and they don't even realize what they're actually doing. Now, another thing that you got to watch out for is when all of this gets out of hand, when it becomes unhealthy, is that when a person loses their self, see, then it's almost like their needs just become sideline, isolation. They don't want to be around anyone. All of a sudden, they spend more time to themselves by, neglecting their friends, family. They experience chronic anxiety, walking on eggshells type of situation. They start to repeat, boundary violations of all sorts. They start experiencing emotional dependency for self-worth. They might start staying in, harmful dynamic situations, relationships, ignoring red flags of, maybe it could be a situation like where, financially they can be affected just off of, constantly investing in the other person, um, difficulty leaving despite the harm that the person put you through, mood swings tied to them, obsessive checking in, ruminating about, hey, you okay, you need something, type of situation, that could be another thing. You could also feel stuck or powerless in a situation like this. You might minimize your own pain, to accompany the other person. You could go through cycles of just breaking up and reuniting. This could be an ongoing thing. And it's like I say, you could be using the whole bond in itself just to justify the hurtful behavior, like, oh, telling people why you stayed in it for so long. Um, you could confuse intensity with compatibility. You can make fear-based decisions. You can reduce support networks that you may have had for yourself. You can have trouble trusting others later. That's the damage that it does long term. You can experience emotional burnouts. You can actually have a needing for support to detach and recover from this. So it's a lot of different things that this can lead to. And see, I'm gonna tell you, like, let's say it's with a married person. Let's say the type of person that you've been getting down. And if you sleep with a married person, what we call this is adultery. Okay, so everybody knows what adultery is, and if you don't, I'll explain a little bit about it. Is it's just when somebody sleeps with somebody, a married person, in other words. But here's the danger behind doing this. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all a true story really quick. Is that I knew this one dude that he he slept with a married woman, and he actually lost his life. See, he actually lost his life like a little bit after, like months later type of situation. So it's like some people that partake in these particular, decisions, it can really land you in like a real, bad situation because of the karma. It's almost like a curse that comes upon a person. Now, I'm gonna tell you the emotional and psychological effects of this when you commit adultery is that you experience like this, it's like a betrayal trauma that comes upon you, um, where it could be like a sudden shock, anxiety, intrusive thoughts, and after the person, when it's a loss of intrusive thoughts and a loss of safety. Okay, so it's like, why do I say this? Is because like when you in a situation, you immediately feel guilty on all ends, and this type of guilt and shame is way like heavier than any other emotion that you possibly could feel when you partake in this. I remember back when I was married, I committed adultery, and I wasn't happy about it because it was something that was like, it took years for me to really shake that, to get that out of me, just the guilt of the matter. Because here, this is what we call trust erosion. All right. Now, even after apologies of rebuilding, all of that, just taking this, taking or running its course, it's like the whole consistent actions in itself. This is something that really affects people psychologically, to where, like, when you once you do the act, and what I'm referring to is the person that actually commits the adultery. Okay, so when I did it, I felt everything of what I'm sharing with y'all. Like I say, guilt and shame. So it's almost like once you cheat, it's like you start to start rationalizing the whole, just you becoming defensive about the whole situation in itself. Like, why did I do this? Was this really, what was this necessary? Um, and I'm gonna tell you, this could cause the whole attachment itself to rupture because, like I say, the bond between you and the person immediately becomes weakened. See, and it could shift into insecurities between the two of you. You could be senselessly just, monitoring each other's insecurities and energy. There could be comparison and self-doubt. Like I say, you might start feeling like, damn, well, I was not good enough, or oh, for this person to step out. It could be a cycle of conflict, like I say, related to a trauma, arguments, interrogations, and just whole, reassurance loops. And I remember with my ex, you guys, I will share this, like, after, I cheated on her, and then I guess, she cheated on me. Um, it was crazy because she had the nerve to want to go out for lunch, even after I told her, that I cheated, because that's one thing when you cheat or commit adultery, you start trying to look for a way out. You start to, bust a hole within, you know, a boundary or something. And just like you start trying to tell on yourself or really try to redeem your own self, even from, to let off the guilt and shame. Because when you start suppressing that, it's not good to do that, because then it's like you could really experience some type of mental pain, mental emotional type of pain, to where it's just better for you to just confess it. But then, like, at the same time, y- I would say take it with a grain of salt. You probably wouldn't want to do it anyway, because it's just not good, bro. But I'm gonna tell you my experience. Like me, I couldn't sleep. I had night sweats. It was like, I really didn't want to sit around my ex-wife at the time. I didn't want to, like, do nothing that was gonna require me to be like, eating with the family at the table, and like just on the day to day, And I ain't, I'm gonna tell you, like, when I did it, it was more of me being immature and, not being able to feel my emotion, because, one thing about me is I have a moon in Aquarius, okay, at 3 degrees. And the problem is, when I don't when I'm not happy in a situation, I'm quick to just end it. See, I'm quick to just rebel and just say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And I can't feel trapped. So it's almost like I instantly feel like sabotaging my own situation. Mind you, I have a Sagittarius stellium, and I also have, Pluto in Scorpio retrograde. I got Pluto in the 12th house, and then make it so, make matters even, worse, which is not bad. It's just that because of my chart, it makes my behavior like this. It's like I can't just go through something, faking it out or whatnot, or just acting like, can't smooth nothing over. It makes me have to reveal things, even if it's something that I don't want to reveal. I end up just doing it anyway, because that's the thing with with a Sagittarius stellium that I have. It's like me delivering the raw truth, and it may feel like an arrow to some, because depending on how I use the truth, it's like, that person could be deeply, traumatized or just, affected by it. So that's what I did. I told on myself. I said, you know what? I really was immature about how I conducted myself in my decisions on doing this to you. But I said, like, I have my reasons. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I was, wrong or right, or, shouldn't have, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I owned up to my mess. It's just like I told her, I can't, if I ain't happy, I just didn't, you know, I was quick to sabotage it because I just wasn't happy. And yeah, man, when I said that, it was like all the weight off my shoulders just left. I felt better after getting it off my chest. But me being young, I didn't know like, okay, she gonna go try to go out there and do something that, to hurt me or try to, get me to feel like how she felt. And that was what the whole thing was like. Once I ended up in the situation, it was like she got her little time in, and then it was like she told me about it, and it was almost like I wanted out of it anyway. I should have been, ended it sooner, but I just didn't want to get into a confrontation or just get into arguments and shit about it. But yeah, so another thing is with relationships, like I say, relationship consequences through the secrecy, it also ends up leading to exposure, and then y'all end up falling out. So it's oftentimes if you can handle the conflict quickly without, escalating it, that would be something to resolve the situation with. Now, I'm gonna tell you that when it comes to the boundary situation, you gotta uh renegotiate, okay? Because sometimes you and your partner could feel like y'all want to repair, the situation, maybe go through therapy, transparency, or just, just in other people, separately. But you must also at the same time, you gotta, change the dynamic. Maybe gotta have, more rules and just phone access and locations and all that good stuff. Because this is a thing. Like, instead of cheating on your partner, find a way to rebuild the situation. Find a way to, you know, be accountable. Um, in those aspects. So it's like I say, it's so crazy is that now I know what I should have did. I learned from my lesson. It's just that like when you don't want to do something, you gotta just speak up. You just gotta say it, fam. Even if it hurts the other person, it's like you just gotta be like, yo, I'm not happy. And if that person not willing to, fix whatever it is you're not happy about, then you just gotta move on. See? Now, another thing too, how it affects your emotional health regarding this is you could be the type of person that just gets attached before you know the person. See? So let's say you're like just 3 weeks in, then all of a sudden you're already invested. See, that would be an example of just forming deep attachments with people too fast with the wrong person. Because you could be the type of person that's tired of being single, maybe you just really want a partner, and it could be in those moments. Um, Another thing is that let's just say you ignore the whole red flags, the person lied, then you try to rationalize it. You could you basically can confuse intensity with love. It could feel strong, but then at the same time, you might start telling yourself, "Oh, is it real?" Even though it feels that way. Um, you could lose emotional clarity, where you can't think straight about the person anymore. You could become dependent upon them, to where you start to your mood ends up depending on that person's attention, on how much they give you. You could also tolerate disrespect. See, saying that, oh, it's not that bad, and making excuses for it. um you could struggle to detach even when it's toxic. You could feel drained, always emotionally tired about the whole situation. um and like I say, those are different ways. So like everything can really affect you, in other words, like if you just don't handle it, don't not pay attention to it or whatnot. um Now, and I'll say this too, see, another thing too, ultimately you lose yourself. See, remember I said once the ego dies in the situation, then it's also your personal identity. So once you lose yourself, you forget who you were in the first place. You start to change who you are to please the other people. So that makes you not authentic anymore. You start to switch your goals. Your Once those begin to shift, then it's also like um everything becomes about them and not you. your confidence drops, and then your doubt increases. You stop focusing on your life. You can start to, think that everything is about them. You start to neglect friendships, and then you distance yourself from others. You can ignore your intuition. And then all of a sudden, remember I said, if you do not listen to your intuition, you lose it. Even as a Pisces, if you do not use your intuition, you lose it. See? Because it's like, what do you have it for? It's like, could you imagine you have something that most people don't have, and it's like you never use it? It's almost like, well, damn, you don't need to have it then if you're not going to use it. Um, Another thing is you can stay in comfort zones, which show no growth. Um, it can have a long-term effect on you where it's harder for you to move on. I don't know, somebody arguing. Oh no, that's probably like a party or something going on. Okay, so another thing too, you could lose time, lose sense of time, so that it's almost like when you lose sense of time, it's almost like there could be so much time that has went past. So it could be a years in a situation that um if you were in the wrong situation, you can block, better opportunities. So that means that you could lose clarity of them. Um, you could just lose trust in yourself where you start making bad decisions. And it's like I say, these are all just entire, like everything of which I mentioned, you guys, like it's just different examples of like the soul tie, bro. They just the whole mere, soul tie. It's not good. It's like you can be in a situation where you think you're right and you're absolutely wrong. See, so that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, I got another video that I'm about to drop tonight. I just gotta do the edits or whatnot. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Smash the like button if you haven't, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all with that video tonight. Thanks for watching.